My name is David Cottrell. I'm running here in St. Paul's, Ward 12.
Don't talk slower so I can sit down. I'm getting home. I'm an old man. I can't fast as you. Nice to meet you, Dave.
Very
David.
nice meeting you, Philip.
Nice guy. See, you wore the jacket. It looks more stiff.
Got the jacket here just in case, a little more professional, but...
Nice smile. You're younger. You look more younger. I was people in the pictures, they also look younger in their real life than you see the pictures.
I mean, I'm glad that I look a little younger there.
Well, so do we.
Make it, yeah.
That's in like grade 4 here. How you doing, buddy?
Good, good.
Thanks for... So we're at... this is your ward. This is Ward 12. This is Bathurst and...
Bathurst and St. Clair, just... We can't see it on camera, but just over there, that's where the Loblaws is, Forest Hill Loblaws, and then of course you have the famous construction that's going on.
I just got off right there at St. Clair West Subway. It's like right, hop, skip, and jump in the park.
Yeah.
I thought it was like more like a 10-minute walk, but it's right here,
Of course. Nice. That's the beautiful thing about this place. It has so many parks that are...
That's why you picked this place?
Right there. Yeah, I figured, I was like, you know what, this has benches, park benches, that's a big one, and then of course, not too crazy.
So look at the camera and say who... Oh, you already did.
Yep, I already did. I can say it again, though. David Cottrell, Ward 12, St. Paul's.
It's your first time running for election?
First time running for elections, especially for the municipal level as well, because I come from more federal background.
Oh yeah, you mean before you ran before, right?
Yeah, so I was running. I wasn't running in a candidate sense officially, but I was running as a candidate, I guess, for my own party, Citizen Party, a long time ago. Maybe something I'll return back to a little later. But federal party, to sum it up, it was just a very pragmatic operation where we had people that were from left wing and right wing side, and they all had the same ideas. I think everyone speaks a little differently, and when you translate it, it's the exact same message across. So it's a huge. That's what I find with politics. Is people are saying something on one side and they're saying it on the other, but they're really just saying the same thing. They just don't get along because they're like, no, I don't think you're speaking my language.
So you put your name in a little later, right? Toward the end, right?
Yeah, I put it in August 11th.
What took you so long?
Yeah, you know what? I didn't, admittedly, I didn't even really know the municipal elections were going on. Eventually I saw like the advertisements that the city, I think, is running for, we need more councillors and we need more people to run.
Oh, no, that's it. The city's telling you.
Yeah, the city's basically...
The city's telling you something. We need new blood, right?
Exactly. So I was thinking, okay, well, let's go in this. Let's go in this with a serious attitude, and, we'll have some fun with it, but of course the whole goal is to win. It's a good experience. It's good practice to run in an actual election and just give it a good try and then see how it resonates as well. It's a good way to tell if people like you as well, because they might say, no, we hate you, go away, never come back again. So, yeah, we'll stay in the back room.
So when we decided to finally run, like after you saw the elections going on?
Saw the elections. I've been in this neighborhood for a very long time, since probably like 2016. I live just down the street up on Bathurst there, and just kind of re-examining. I found an old video that I'll be posting probably very soon. It was from 2014. Yeah, it was 2014, and I was talking about the exact same problems that we have right now. And I was thinking, it's been over 10 years since I said that statement, and it hasn't changed, right?
So the same problems you had back then, 2014?
2014.
For 2026, the same things going on.
Exact same things, word for word. It's like, I was filming some other stuff where I was talking about the issues.
You couldn't check anything off as you were talking about, right? We did this, get this done? Nope.
Yeah.
Did you say it got worse, would you say?
I would say, I would definitely say it got a lot worse. I mean, I used to always say, when I moved here, to Toronto in 2012 for school, it was hard mode, whatever. You're gonna have a challenge, but I still was able to find work, get a job. Work to now, I work as a recruiter as well, so like freelance recruiter. I do consulting for a lot of people, and I see the job market right there. It's right in front of me. It's just completely declined. Affordability is just through the roof. Like I used to always say, I don't mind spending $1 million for like a can of soda or something like that, but I have to be making enough for it to be, equivalent to that. I understand we don't have 25-cent candies anymore. Dating myself a little bit. Yeah. Used to be able to fill a whole brown paper bag full of candies for 25 cents. I get it. We don't have that.
Did your Legend Discoveries or something?
Oh, I missed it.
What are you wearing? You smell good.
I'm actually...
Is that you or somebody else around you?
It could be the cherry
cherry
body wash or something like that.
Cherry body wash?
I think so. I like my fruity body wash, anything like berries.
Oh yeah, I use the oil of the purple one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah.
But I found what's funny? Because I come from mixed marriage. Off topic here. My mom's Irish, my dad's Spanish. So I had all the kids, I had all skin problems. So I had a thing with the dryness of skin.
I
So
get that too.
these lower away, a lot of these folks have the B3 complex. I did what I did my so when I buy these bars out during the COVID, why is my skin so dry? And I looked up, I told the company, oh, we don't have enough B3, it's not being imported because of the COVID. It's the B3. B3 is for extra oily, for dry skin, so that's what I use, right?
Huh.
Didn't know that. Yeah.
That's actually really good to know
Yeah.
because, you know, not
Yeah, they can sell the soap bar too. They give in the bottle for B3 complex or whatever. And this for like very old dry skin, which I have. You know, you can do with some of the soap bars, your soap, it's like your skin's so tight, like you just come out and like, what? I wish I feel so clean.
yeah.
It's because of that extra stuff they put in it. Yeah.
That's really
Yeah, I did not know
interesting.
that. Yeah, I was like, what? Yeah.
Well, I didn't know that you had I mean, the last name might have given away, but
No,
the
Cruz?
Spanish background,
Yeah.
You know, yeah, that's.
Oh,
a
you
big
want to know
thing.
what's your background too? Oh, let's talk about your background. Yeah.
Oh, so I was born in Mexico, but I was adopted here in Canada to third generation Canadians. So they didn't speak any Spanish. So that's one of the.
And you're a baby, you didn't speak in English.
I didn't speak any English either. Yeah, I guess my native tongue was babble.
What's
But
that kid saying? What's that baby saying?
exactly. But yeah, the adoption process was already in place before I was even born. So you know, the cultural roots were never. You know, I'm like a potted plant that you get from somewhere else. Like, you know, it was grown somewhere, but you know, its roots were settled.
Well, I see.
somewhere
I
else.
say you look either Portuguese or Mexican or Spanish.
If I grow out the mustache, everyone's like, "You're Mexican."
You can grow a
It's
mustache?
good. Oh yeah, it's a little sparse. It kind
You're
of
like
looks
my
a
brother.
little.
He's like hairless. He's like, no, I'm the Spanish. He's got the Irish side. He's like nothing on him.
It's usually my legs have been called the carpet, basically. From
Oh, yeah.
everyone. We used to have dogs that would run around the house, and people would be like, "I don't know if that's a dog leg or your leg." So
Buddy.
that's usually.
Just don't lick your leg.
Yeah, exactly. Right? Just wear pants all the
I
time.
know.
No one will know.
So your doctors before you're born, and your mom and dad got you.
They
Did
did.
they pick up in Mexico and they brought you over here?
It was literally just like that. They
Yeah.
picked me up in Mexico. My godfather was the one that helped them basically through the whole process because he spoke Spanish, and the whole process there. I mean, in Mexico, 1991 or 92. Basically, everything's paper.
Yeah.
Everything's kind of
tell
unofficial.
what you said. You told me earlier. Your ID, your card.
The
That's
ID,
hilarious.
yes. If you for those that were born, I think before 95, maybe it could be a little earlier, you get your citizenship card, and of course it has an ID. They don't have the photos anymore,
No.
but my legal ID for every job, even when I worked in federal service, they would be like, we need your birth certificate or we need your citizenship card, and I'd have to give them my baby photo, and it's this big puffy, chubby baby face of me just looking straight in the camera, and I have to always tell them, like, does it look like me? Like, you know, it's a little late, but
Yeah, what if you made it just all big?
they never update it, so that's a big
And
thing.
they can't do that, right? They won't update it.
I mean, not unless you lose it, which
Yeah.
you don't want to lose
No,
it, right?
no, no.
And it's now like it's legal ID, but it's also very historical because it's the very first
Yeah, it's
photo.
cool. It's like the old hip card, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
exactly like
I
that.
still have my old hip card.
The old hip card, yeah.
So you came from Canada?
Yep.
And you live right here in the ward right away?
I didn't live right here in the ward right away. I actually done like my parents were traveling a lot. My dad was an electrical engineer for. This is gonna date it even more. A paper mill.
Paper mill,
A
wow.
paper mill. So they were doing newspapers.
Yeah,
if the kids will remember those, maybe. But he was doing electrical engineering, doing that. But we moved around a lot. So Gros Cap, Sault Ste. Marie. I think there was Nova Scotia at one point. We lived in Thunder Bay, and then I moved to Winnipeg when I was 17.
Do you like teaching rings?
As a kid, yeah, it was kind of like, you know, we lived in a nice house, and I think there was I think it was an emu farm that we lived right beside, which is very bizarre, or an ostrich farm. But I remember seeing the birds there, and I mean, as a kid, like you're pretty content with just like, oh, I get to play in the backyard, front yard.
Oh, that's good.
The lake, we actually live like right on the lake, so.
Oh, nice. Yeah, it's nice here. It's beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah, and you could see the freighters go by, and that's what I loved. I had binoculars. I'd watch the freighters go by, and you just watching them, massive tankers and whatnot.
Nice.
It's just amusing for me, really.
As a kid, right?
Yeah, as a kid, everything's fascinating.
So you moved back to Toronto later on?
And then, yeah, basically, I was in Thunder Bay from like grade 1 to 12, and then once I was in grade 12, I was like, I gotta get out of the city. I gotta do something else. I need a bigger city, so I went to not Toronto. The original plan was Toronto. Went to Winnipeg. I spent
Winnipeg's bigger than Toronto?
It's bigger than Thunder Bay.
Anything bigger than Thunder Bay.
Thunder Bay is only about
Thunder Bay's a nice city. I'm kidding.
Thunder Bay has the exact same amount of people, I think, as this ward does, which is 106,000, 112, whatever it is.
You get the famous Terry Fox statue on the top of the hill there.
Everyone knows the Terry Fox statue.
People ask people, I ask people when they drive by, hey, you went through Thunder Bay, did you see the Terry Fox? Where is it? It's right on the highway. How could you miss it? It's right there.
I think the problem is it's on the highway. You're speeding, and you're just like, oh, I don't know what that was, but I'm trying to get through Thunder Bay. But moved to Winnipeg afterwards.
How you like Winnipeg? Winnipeg's nice.
I actually loved Winnipeg.
Friendly Manitoba, they call it.
Super friendly. You have a lot of the oil rig workers that come from like Alberta and Saskatchewan to Winnipeg, because that's like the party city, I guess. They want to just kind of take their breaks off of there, because they've got dry camps there too, so they're not allowed to drink. They're not allowed to really do anything other than work, and then they come with a lot of money, are willing to spend it, and they're super friendly. Like, people think like oil rig workers are gonna be tough and
they're all casual.
Fight you. No, I used to be sitting in a bar and somebody would come up with like a beer, a waitress or waiter or anything, and they'd be like, here's your beer, and I'd be like, oh, I didn't order that, and then they'd be like, oh, it doesn't matter, the guy over there, he just bought the entire bar.
See what that means when a guy buys you beer?
What's it mean? I mean, it was the entire bar, so I'm not too worried about it.
The entire bar, man. I know you're good looking, but you got the whole entire bar going after you? My God.
I guess so. But
I have to pay somebody to do that for me. That's funny.
Oh, it was great. It used to be great there. Everyone was super social, and then, but I ultimately wanted to move to Toronto, and then I moved to go to school here.
Did your mom and dad move down here in Toronto?
No, they had lived in Thunder Bay, and then they moved to Peterborough. My dad became
Peterborough. Let's not talk about Peterborough.
Yeah. My dad moved there to become a professor. He got to basically do his lifelong dream, which was to have summers off.
Oh, okay.
Work during the year.
Is your mom and dad still alive?
Yeah, both of them are still alive, very much alive.
Are you the only child?
Only child, yeah. So I'm the best and the worst.
You get the house, right?
Yeah, I get the house, yeah. Well, my parents say if they get a dog, they're like, the dog might get it, so you got to.
You get a dog? Oh my God!
We'll see. We'll see with that, but or they'll threaten my cousins will get it. But yeah, only child and just growing up, a lot of opportunities to just kind of, you're kind of on your own. I think the thing is, people think, I always get this comment that, weren't you lonely? And I was like, no, I really was. I was happy. I think even when my parents
I heard that before. Like, some of my friends are all by themselves. They're only one kid.
Yeah.
Are you lonely? Yeah, I sat in the corner all day wondering who's going to play with me.
I never had that issue. I honestly, I think my parents asked me one time, like when I was really young, do you want a little brother or sister? And I was like, no. It's like almost like a divorce. Like, you want to give half of your stuff away? Like, no, I'm good. I'm happy.
What, get half of my inheritance away?
Exactly. Yeah. Half my toys at that point.
This is my house. What are you talking about? I don't want anything else.
Exactly.
So, go ahead. Yeah.
But yeah, anyways, living in Winnipeg, great experience. Then coming to Toronto was also like the ultimate goal, because it kind of has that opportunity that a lot of cities don't have, which is like a lot of people, a lot of things you can try. Small cities are great for that community, but then when you go to a bigger city, you can do whatever you want. There's an anonymity behind it almost, where whoever you were in a small city, once you move to a big city, you can be whatever else you want. And in a small city, everyone knows you as whatever. You could have a bad reputation or good reputation. Who knows?
You got 24 wars to kill your reputation, right?
Exactly.
Hey, don't look at this ward. I'll go to Ward 25 now. Okay,
Exactly. Like
that pervert in Ward 14. I heard about this guy. He's over here now. Yeah. Okay, Ward 13 now.
You just keep bouncing around. You're just like, hey.
He's not a pervert.
But yeah, basically, it just gave an opportunity to become something else. You can mold yourself into whatever else you want to be and become anything in this city. And that was a good opportunity. Just like, I was starting from the ground. I was working in the federal government when I was 18 to 20 in Winnipeg.
Oh, sorry. You're in college when you came here?
So I did something in reverse, actually. So instead of going to college, I was like, I'm going to go work first.
You did the opposite. Okay.
Did the opposite. Took 2 years, was working for the government at that point. And then the only reason I actually went to college was because I wanted to get back in the government. And once you get a diploma degree, you get a salary bump, basically, automatically for whatever job you can apply for a bunch.
Okay.
So the whole goal was to get back in the federal service. It kind of panned out that way later down the road, but in the end, I think people ask me my biggest regret, and I'm always like post-secondary. I would have done so much different things with that money instead of.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah, I went to Seneca for international business.
Which one? The one on Newnham campus?
Newnham campus, yeah. And you know, like whatever. I was already very experienced in business, running e-commerce businesses in high school before when eBay was growing. You know, it didn't really teach me much that I didn't know about. So the biggest regret was like, am I getting much value for the education? And then again, as I said before, like you know, you look back at things years ago, and it's like you hear what people are saying now, and even they're saying, am I getting any value out of my education anymore? Is it worth it? But
You still feel lonely?
exactly, do you still feel lonely? 100%, always alone, forever alone. But really, it just came down to you know, working in Toronto and knowing the communities. I lived up in North York, where the Newnham campus was.
Yeah.
I lived out Weston Road, but where the stockyards were. Actually, even ended up living in a house across from, it was a linen chest at the time, and I think now it's like a something, I don't know, furniture store. But I worked there for quite a bit of time, and I worked in a storage facility across. I've been kind of, I was bouncing around a lot of different jobs in Toronto, because you always kind of get that extra dollar, basically.
Yeah.
You know, it's always a struggle to make a
hard.
little more, just a little more, upgrade, get your skills, and yeah, basically then eventually I had the opportunity to move here, and that was like I think 2016, and then I fell in love with this place because it's not downtown. All my friends will know me when I say south of Bloor. I'm not gonna live back.
Oh, really?
South of Bloor. It's too downtown for me. I love downtown. I love being there. People will see me there.
This is nice, right?
But this is great.
Yeah.
Like I like the fact that I don't have to hear like sirens 24. I mean, I do hear
Although
all
when
the
I came
sirens.
walking up the coffee shop there, of the guy drilling with a jackhammer,
Uh,
echoes the whole place. Oh my gosh!
That's the only biggest problem is the whole. I mean, this
They're
is like
ready to-
condo
yeah.
row basically.
That's what
here.
they're building a condo over there.
So yeah, there's going to be a condo on Bathurst St. Clair
Oh,
on the
really?
east side, and there's one on the west
How
side
high
as
to
well.
get this one to be?
I have no earthly idea because the thing was it was supposed to be like 3 towers in a park, and then it went down to 2 apparently,
did it?
and then it went down to
Where are
1.
they going to put the park? It's so small.
I have no earthly
Sorry,
idea.
this is what I was talking about. You're in your campaign about urban space and all, right?
Oh, that's
Yeah.
that's what we're losing a lot of is because I mean it used to be a gas
this
station.
park we're at, right? Is very, compared to other parks, but this is a very small park. It's very, a lot you can see. It's very busy, right?
Oh yeah,
That's why we need more greenery.
Of course, yeah. I mean, that's the big thing is, you know, I think growth has to pay for growth. The condos too. The big thing is,
I love the houses.
oh, the houses are
Oh
beautiful.
my god, just so nice.
I haven't even went down these areas, but
Look at that. This is I
Somebody
wish I had
knows.
this when I'm in Scarborough looking for home now. I wish I had this in Scarborough. I can't get this thing.
the character, right? And some of these houses might be from the 18th century. I was down one on the street down there. It was an 18th century, 18 like 51
Like
or
a Victorian
something.
one, Victorian house or whatever.
So, yeah, something
Yeah.
like that, and they knew the history.
Yeah, it's nice. I love
They're
it. Yeah.
gorgeous. These are dreams, you know. Like I'm just happy with the backyard, but at the same time, having something like this would be great.
Let's go into your campaign there.
Yes.
Okay, so you got 4 priorities, I believe.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. A lot of the
I think
priorities.
I'm gonna remember that, right?
Exactly right. Got to remember that. Basically,
What's your first one?
Well, it's definitely safer communities and
Yeah.
having like safe spaces as well for
Like this, like
this.
talking about,
You know, we talk a lot about what's going. Like everyone knows what's going on in Toronto, like with the homelessness and drug usage and things like that. And you know, I've known people that have had substance abuse issues from alcohol
Personally?
to harder drugs. Personally, yeah.
How do you feel about that?
I mean, the struggles that they went through are very, like, some of them are, like, very deep and traumatic, and some of them are just because, to be honest, they're bored or something, whatever. They just get in a really bad habit, they just started doing something. But I can understand the spectrum of when people have those different issues. And the one thing, though, that I learned from them was that they do take responsibility for their, like, they don't blame the world, and they don't go out attacking people or anything like that.
That's a misconception, right?
Yeah,
Basically.
and yeah, because not everybody is in, like most of the time they're just in their place, like in their house or in their apartment, wherever it may be. And the issue that we're starting to see here when we have like safer spaces is just when people are being violent. I've spoken with elderly people that have said that they've been attacked, that have been mugged, because obviously they're vulnerable.
Yeah.
You know, kids, I was talking with some kids at the Menchie's actually at the corner, and they were saying, like, we don't feel safe to go outside. Like, we want a place that we, you know, can run around or do whatever. Just be kids, you
Don't
know.
look over your shoulder, basically.
Yeah, it's nice to, you know, I get, you know, we have nostalgia for when we could run around and do whatever.
Like right now, I'm looking, like before you got here, I was looking around, like some people that live obviously they're homeless, but they're mind their own business, and they're just, some are reading some just cats, they're not docile, like trade.
Of course, yeah, and that's what people are fine with that.
Yeah,
It's more of the
they're citizens just like us, right?
yeah. Hard luck. I don't know the circumstances too. You know, could have lost a job. I know I've heard a lot of stories from people losing jobs. To just, you know, maybe a family member dies and then they go into a depressive state, whatever the case may be. But you know, there's always going to be that issue. I don't think we can always solve it. Some people just kind of get in those places that they. I guess they kind of adapt to it in a way.
Like a second nature kind of way, like used to it.
I guess in almost like you know, yeah, they get used to it, but it's more on the lines of they've kind of adapted because they just don't want maybe those stressors. I've heard that before, which I thought was, you know, for us it might be very foreign, where it's like, why would you want to kind of live this kind of traveling lifestyle, I guess, and moving from place to place, and I mean, some people like that, but again, these are people that are not disrupting a safe environment, and they're causing.
You said in your
harm.
past we need to do more for these people.
We need to do a lot
more
more
programs. And
I'm huge on opportunity. If people choose not to take that opportunity, I mean, that's kind of on you. You know, if you don't want to take it.
Don't force people, right?
Yeah, you can't force them to be like, you have to live at home and you have to take care of this, and you know, here's your 18th century mansion. Now it's all your responsibility. Some people don't want that. Some people just need 4 walls, a bathroom, and a kitchen. Some people need, I think, just even a start, or even just a home base. Because obviously, if you're going for job interviews, like, you know, you don't want to be traveling from, let's say, a gym, the shower, and then you got to travel somewhere else to like cook or eat, and then your bed's somewhere else. So you're going to spend like a quarter of your day, half of your day, just traveling alone, and then where are you going to get a computer from, things like that.
So what would you do for like if you got elected?
I really have seen, and I think we've all seen them, like kind of those viral trends of just those like those kind of prefab units.
You like?
I like the idea of just having, again, because it's just a starter. It's not like this. We're not saying this is the end. This is all you get. Like, you'll never get any better. It's just, you know, you have that opportunity to live in something that's, you know, I remember growing up in like small towns. We used to have trailer parks, and you know, looking at it now, it's like those trailer parks those units are bigger than the ones that some people live in right now.
I was talking to Kurt Percy the other day. Some guy's got his camper trailer. It's a vehicle, but it's sitting there.
Yeah.
So that's nobody said anything. It's in the park. It's not a soccer field like on the side.
Yeah.
But he's put his tank there and everything, and that's the way he's living.
I mean, that's
he's
the
not
thing.
bothering anybody too, but they're kind of complaining about that, right?
Yeah.
That's the way we live, right?
And I think when most people, it comes to any sort of rehabilitation of whether it's drug users or even criminals at the same point, if you always label them as whatever it is, then they can never aspire to be anything other than that.
Yeah.
It's just like, if it's like in school, if anybody ever heard of being called a failure by their teacher, then they're going to fail everything because they're like, well, that's all I am. I'm not anything other than that. So I think that giving the opportunities for them to grow out of it, or the support systems as well.
And increase support programs, right? Yeah.
Of course.
We need that. Right?
Yeah, and enablement, I would always disagree with that, because it's not really going to particularly help. It's a lot of just... giving the drug usage stuff, and the open use and things like that, because again, that facilitates, it's almost an acceptance of being like, yeah, no, it's okay, you can do it. Versus focusing on something where that money can be towards, again, like, why don't you...
Like you said earlier, an alternative for enabling the drug places, drug sites. There are two groups, 2 against it or 4 against it, whatever, but I think that made it better. They can't keep enabling. It's not going there. It's just a circle. It goes going on. Just like shelters, right?
I think the big thing too is most candidates and most politicians just overall don't understand what goes on the ground. Like, you have to know.
You gotta live here, right?
Yeah. I mean, you have to really be on the ground and understand what people are going through. It's even like, I used to ask this question, which is like, do you know the street price for some of these drugs? Do you know how much people are willing to actually pay for it?
Yeah.
So if you know how much they're willing to pay for it, when they're just like, oh, we'll give them an alternate, cheaper, whatever. I'm like, they're just going to take that and maybe just sell it for something harder because they want the good stuff, so to speak. And a lot of these politicians are like, wow, I can't believe that they would do that. And it's like, well, you have to be on the ground.
You're naive that way, thinking like that, right?
You can't be naive about how things are done. And like I said, just being on the street, like I haven't particularly spent like a lot of time doing that, like just canvassing how much drugs cost or anything like that. But I have a good idea of how much it is, and the police know as well, and the police know the users, and I know
that the regulars.
They know the regulars. Some are troublemakers, some are not. But at the same time, that comes down to you're always going to have that. This has been since humankind has ever found drugs. People are going to probably use them, abuse them. Some are going to get off of them. Some are going to stay on them. But we can try to help them at the very minimum and say, hey, at least get an opportunity. And then if there are disturbances beyond that, then it's like, okay, well then punishments have to be dished out, because you're not punishing you for your drug usage, you're punishing you for your irresponsibility. Because at the same time, if I was to run around and start hitting people in this park, I mean, I could claim it's drugs or something, but the onus is on me that I'm doing this action and I'm taking these substances and causing disturbances in the community.
Because they say, oh, I got mental problems. Well, that doesn't matter. Even if you got mental problems, you're still responsible in some way, right?
I mean, you have to be. People have mental problems.
Like where I live, we have people that damage stuff regularly on basis. Yeah. And they get arrested and they get back on the street and they're back again doing the same over. There's no solution. There's nothing out there for them.
And I've talked with the police about that too, about just being able to have. I basically kind of said, like, what's the things that's going on in the community, just to get information. The community officers gave me some very good insight. Obviously, there's break-ins in the neighborhoods as well, damage, vandalism, things like that. But the big thing is they're trying to have more community officers, so people that actually understand and know what's going on in the community. Because I don't think most people, not that the joke was on the phone, was like, I hope I never have to call you. But when I do, it's never usually a good thing. It's like visiting the doctor. You don't really want to go see your doctor. But when you have community police officers and you actually know them in the neighborhood, then they know how certain things are going on. They know the troublemakers. They know how to even convert, like, let's say, youth, for example. Maybe they know the troublemakers that are in the youth group category. And if you recognize somebody just as, maybe a criminal or whatnot, maybe you start kind of feeling like, I know this guy, and I'm not going to keep doing this all the time, like, versus just having random police officers coming in all the time. We're trying to do their job, but they don't know the information. They don't know if this is somebody that's always doing bad things, or it's just somebody that's doing a one-off, a mistake.
In this neighborhood, have you seen an increase in community drilling or less?
I'm on a very busy street, so I hear the sirens all the time. As for patrols, I usually do see on St. Clair a lot of police activity, just like them driving around. I see them throughout the city. I think the thing is they're all over the place. There's only so much they can do, especially when you have high rises too. If you have like 3 calls from there, it's 3 different incidences versus if you have like one call that's way down wherever. That's one officer going way down there, but versus 3 in a tower. They have their hands full, and they're not requesting tanks or anything. I remember somebody was like, I don't want the police to have more funding for tanks. I was like, I haven't seen any police tanks. Tanks, yeah. I know they have SWAT vehicles, but those are usually for very specific incidences. But they're looking to just do their
pictures. Police, military cruisers going down the street.
Exactly, yeah. APCs and
this is a warrant for public arrest.
Exactly.
Go to your second. Oh, yeah, with your first one?
No. Yeah, that's good.
Your first part? Your second one.
Just safety is, just summing that up, basically. Safety and good places. The second one is huge on everybody's list, and affordability.
Yeah, it's good, yeah.
Affordability is so massive right now.
Well, like you said, during the COVID, everything was frozen, right? But we knew the COVID would not last long. It would last. When it was over, the rent's going to go up.
Yeah.
And people, I don't know if you heard, but people phoned City Hall, they begged every out of all their wards, I don't know how many wards you count, the councillors, that this is going to happen. Once that ban is off, they're going to raise the rent. We didn't have the control.
Yeah.
It didn't happen. It doesn't happen. So many people in less than 5 months lost their condos downtown, $500 raise.
Yeah.
And it's still to this day, they're still fighting it. 2.5 average, they put it for 3 due to damage in the building or due to, what? You're not investing in the building, you're investing in the people, right?
Yeah.
So let's talk about it. Sorry.
Yes. No. I love those points, and everyone's just getting like squeezed
It is.
really
It's so
hard
bad.
from all different ends. Rent being a really big one. I find it tragic because I actually had a coffee with a friend downtown, and I just told him, I was like, let's do a quick experiment, so I asked our waitress, I was like, where are you from? Town. I was like, okay, interesting. So I asked another person I was working with, I was like, where are you from? Out of town. And then I started asking a few other people, they're all from out of town. So I was like, so all the people that actually keep this city
So
working.
the coffee where they're all empty in the coffee shop.
Exactly.
Toronto working.
But I mean, the
funny.
tragedy is the people that are making the city work
They
can't even
don't-
afford to
they
live
don't
here.
live here, right? Yeah.
And
And they work in the city.
Nobody's saying like I need a penthouse,
Yeah.
like, and it needs to be cheap. People are like, I just need a place to live, very basic stuff, and affordable housing. People are willing to pay their rent. They're paying their rent. They're paying a lot of fees, and they're living with roommates. Some people have to live with like 2, 3.
Yeah.
That's some of them are like, I like my roommates. If you like your roommates, great. That's amazing.
You have a roommate?
I don't. I live alone. I have a bachelor unit.
Wow.
And
That way you can afford this nice shirt?
exactly. That's exactly actually why. I have a rent-controlled building, and I'll admit
You do?
right now to you, you're the first
Wow.
person to really know this publicly, but the rent is about
Wait, is this one of those
1,016.
breaking news things like you see on City TV?
Yeah,
Every
basically.
time my little sign, breaking news.
Breaking news.
At 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock.
Just this year, it broke over $1,000 my rent. And
Really?
it's not subsidized
Oh my God.
housing. It's just I got in really early. Apparently, the supervisor used to tell me it was like a rough building, so they
Yeah.
lowered the rent just to get people in.
Yeah.
I got the unit for $800 in 2016, and it's been going up ever.
What do you got, a bedroom, one bedroom?
It's just a bachelor,
Yeah.
but
So
like
you sleep in a kitchen?
450 square feet. Basic. I wish I could. That's a galley kitchen. I love to cook. And
What's your size of your is it condo or apartment?
450, I think around 400, 450 square foot.
Really? That's
Yeah.
so small.
Yeah, it is quite small
Yeah.
to live in. Like and that's the biggest problem is
So what's the biggest room in your apartment, in your bachelor?
I mean, it's just one room basically, right?
So would you have like a separate kitchen and all that, or?
It's basically shaped like a square, and then you have like your galley kitchen. So it's like basically working a submarine,
Yeah.
and then around the corner that's your bathroom and your little tiny closet. It's sufficient for what
closet.
it is. Yeah. I mean, where can I fit all my other suit jackets, right?
You're funny.
I go to the.
You look better without the suit.
Yeah. I go to Salvation Army. I raid their used.
Oh yeah, I'm glad you said it. That's it. We got to comrade. We shop at the Salvation Army. We have to.
Good go. I mean,
I got
it's-
great jackets from the Goodwill years ago when they were open here.
Oh, yeah.
I got like a $350 Columbia winter jacket. I got to this
Oh,
day.
that's really
$5.
nice. Oh.
You know, one of the ladies picked it up for me at the.
Paid for itself
yeah.
already.
Yeah,
right?
so yeah. Got here all the pockets zipped. So now it's getting a little bit. So can't get that for that price. Right?
I like this area. It's like the little hidden gem. That place is having nice stuff. It used to be how I operate. I used to have to buy like.
Do you have a
everything
bed?
electronic. I do have a bed. Yes. And
Like a real bed?
A real bed. Yeah, it's a real bed and it has
But
a
so
bed
what-
frame. I do have a bed
So
frame. I
your
don't
bed,
sleep on
your couch is right there.
So it's basically like the bed is here, and then I have a couch here, and then I have like a whole computer corner here, and then
Oh,
I
wow.
even have a fish tank. Like it's
You got a fish
sufficient.
tank?
I do have a fish tank.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it's like
Like a big one.
it's like a 15 gallon.
Oh, what kind of fish you got?
Big fluval. There's a balloon molly.
I think it's a
and then,
piranha.
I had a shark in there at one point, but I had to give
Are
him
you
away.
serious?
Oh yeah, it was. It was
Did you play the music of the movie? You feed him?
That's what I should have done, right? Just see what he would do.
Mom,
if
I'm
he would
feeding my
stalk the
shark
other
now.
ones.
Put the music on to bug your mom.
Of course, right?
Sorry.
No, I love it. I love it. I was thinking of like, all the shark things I could do with it. Once it got big, I was like, hey, he's going to eat me now.
You can tell your friends, I was swimming the other day and then I came back and I got bit by a shark. Why'd you give me my shark?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Unfortunately, I had to give him away because he just got way too big. It was like I think it was called a
Way
balla
too
shark
big.
or rainbow shark, I think. So yeah, it
got
was.
way too big.
Oh yeah, it was like a couple inches, and I was like,
Right against the glass.
yeah,
That's
looking at
hilarious.
me.
What did it was like a baby shark?
It's like a rainbow shark, I think they're called. They're not really
Did
true
you like
sharks, but
give it away that's still alive or like?
yeah, I gave it away to
yeah,
another
okay,
fish
okay.
enthusiast. He told me he had like 20 aquariums and stuff, and I was like, okay, you're better equipped to deal with this fish that's
I
growing.
get this named Stan. He's a lawyer living in the old Jewish area.
Oh yeah.
So when he goes on vacation, he has to get somebody specifically to babysit his 30 tanks, 30 fish tanks.
Yes.
And he has a certain way of feeding them all. He asked me, I said, I'm not doing it. if you come back and one of those fish is gone, don't blame me. Because they're all like rare fish.
Oh, yeah.
Like tropical fish. You can't get anywhere. Yeah, he's got money too.
Yeah.
So we get for it.
Mine are only like a few dollars, so you know. I've been keeping them alive for many years. But
Do you have names for your fish?
one of them is named Major, and then we never really named the black skirt tetra.
That's funny. You adopted fish.
Yes.
That's interesting.
I like it. I don't know. For some reason, fish and water speaks to me a lot
You're like,
more.
oh yeah. What's your element? What's your sign?
I'm like Cancer, the crab.
You're like me. What's your birthday?
July 14th.
It's on the 17th. Oh, happy birthday.
Thank you so much. Happy birthday to you
Thank
too.
you.
You're a little closer. So
Thank you. Yeah, you're Cancer.
Yeah.
Yeah, crab, right?
Everyone always says, yeah.
We're the
you
balance.
are a
We're the
crab.
6-9.
Yes.
You know, the middle of the calendar, according to the.
Yeah.
So that's the balance, right?
Yeah.
That's good.
Everyone always agrees when I say crab. They're like, yeah, you are the crab.
Why do you say you're a crab?
Hard shell, soft gooey inside, basically.
Soft
Apparently.
and gooey?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll touch that line. Touching that line.
Delicacy of crab.
After talking about his one bed. So people ask me, I get all the emails before we go back to your platform.
Yep.
Are you a single guy?
I am dating right now, so I've been
okay.
happily dating for a little while there.
How long has that been going on?
3 years now.
Okay, I'm not gonna say it's kind of. You said 6 months. You said that's okay. It's 6 months away.
Yeah.
So 3 years. That's good.
Yeah, 3 years, and going well.
Is this the one?
So far, yeah. We're gonna see when I put the ring on it, right? If I end up doing that, so it could possibly be.
It's on exclusive on our little interview. Is she gonna be watching this?
Possibly. Well, I'm married to the district first, so.
Oh, good save. Politician. Oh, I love it. Hey, that's good. That's good. Let's go back to your platform. Number two.
Yeah.
Number 2.
Affordability has just been huge, just across the board, and people are like, you know, we need to have guidelines for. I know they have like the above the guideline rent increases and stuff that are going on because everyone's gonna push for it.
Yeah.
You know, I've worked in business. I get it. You want to squeeze as much dollars out of everybody as possible. But I think the thing that I was actually mentioning too before was all these condos are being built, right? Yeah. And the question is for who? Because the mid rises, are like, I'm not moving into another like for 50 extra square feet or maybe 50 less square footage for a new condo, and they're paying like $1,000 more. They're like, oh, that's not going to be me. The ones that are even in like these high rises too are like, I already live here, so why would I move across to these ones? Yeah. So it's not about.
You're building this for nothing?
I mean,
I thought they have to build. I thought the theory has to be something certain percent sold before they start building. Whatever. I don't theory.
I mean, the weird thing is when you have something like that, right? When you have it's almost like a problem where you have to sell these units before building them.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the reverse of how a usual business would be. It's like having a supermarket and then saying people, oh, I'll build the supermarket, but I need you to put in your pre-orders first for the food before I actually do it.
Condo, right?
And I understand the point. It's like, yeah, they don't want to just have abandoned condos all over the place.
You know what the price range are trending for these, is it 500 square feet?
I mean, the showrooms there, I've been meaning to go in just to see what the prices are, but they're probably like over $500,000
really?
for like a small unit.
Is it because of the area? Or
it's just for, you know, a lot of these developers are just trying to squeeze whatever they can get out.
But even like all these houses, these are high-end houses, right? That whole neighborhood, as you go further down.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like you just put, like the house we have, we go like a couple million of each for one of these.
I mean, that's the thing too, is some of these could be inherited as well.
Oh, I thought it was two houses, that's 2 houses, right? There's one there.
Yeah.
It looks really grand. So that's 2 houses right there, and they're big.
I know you have a lot of these types of houses on Witchwood, and a lot of them are like inherited from like their families that were here from a long time ago. So, you know, that the value of the house is, you know, grand, but at the same time, once you leave and you sell that house, you're never going to be living in that again.
No, you never know.
Because everything's going to be like, even at this down market too. It's like, well, now you're making less, so you're going to sell it for less, plus taxes and fees and everything else. And then what are you going to sell a beautiful house like that and then live in a 600-foot square
a lot of people,
condo?
A lot of people when their kids go out like on a way, like my mom was on their own, so instead of like being on her own, like she had a 2-bedroom apartment, so we'll move to a bigger one, like a little. And so if we had, instead of being on our own, we had the house in Chesterfield for like a 4-bedroom apartment, 4-bedroom house, 2 bathrooms and all, big basement.
Very nice.
It was all by ourselves. When Dad died and all the kids were gone, I was in the armed forces. I said, sell the house, Mom. But it took her a while. She finally sold it. So she had to downsize.
Yeah.
After getting older, going up and down the steep stairs. Each staircase was like 24.
Oh, yeah.
It was hard, yeah.
Old houses,
so I said, you know, look in the future, right? A lot of people don't realize that. Even like when you said they sold their houses, and they got to downsize with all the furniture and everything they have. They're like, things they take for granted, like you can't do this anymore, you can't do that, whatever. having a freezer in your basement, you can't do that.
I mean, just having a freezer at all, like sometimes is a luxury. Just having in-suite laundry is a strange luxury that like people are like, oh, like it's very luxurious to have it, but it's like that should be very basic because we all have to do our clothes unless you're going to the dry cleaner or something like that, or going to the laundromat. But that's also like a lot of time out of your day. So a lot of people just want, you know, I've been saying the quantity isn't the issue of housing units. People, they keep saying build more because so many people need places to live in Toronto. It's like nobody's saying, I've never heard, even when I lived here, that there was nowhere to live. Yeah. Everyone's saying I can't afford to live in this building because the rents or the condo fees or whatever it might be, even the down payments on some of these
things.
Well,
I said last year was what, 69% emptiness of condos?
They're basically like, it's like the stock market. Like people buy them, sell them, buy them, sell them, buy them, sell them.
One day would crash, and now it's like, before you used to be a lot of like begging and, you know, funding to get that condo. Now it's like, yeah, come and take a nice look at one, right?
Yeah. I think the lineups too weren't even for people that want to live in the condo necessarily. It was for a lot of people that just want to trade them, right? You know, you want to buy it, then you want to sell it, then you want to buy it, sell it. Because like the homes like these are things where people would plan ahead for their family. They're like, I want a backyard, I want a dog, I want to have a kid. And I know that having small units do affect how people are going to plan ahead for the future, because if you can't afford a family, you're not going to have one. If you can't afford a kid, you're probably not going to have one. You don't have any space for
you heard like you're down last year, the building condos out the kids family oriented, like they have a community center park, but still, it's still a certain size. But you know, the 3 kids, I've seen they have a documentary living in a condo downtown, right down by the Blue Jays Way. Oh yeah. It's like a 2-bedroom condo, but still, for kids, kids have a neighborhood, you have backyard and all, you know, walk around pool. Yeah. This way they got to go down the other with the bikes and all that. It makes a big difference.
Yeah, I mean, I saw on the news, I think they built like 74 new units or something for either Toronto housing or their affordable units or whatever the case might be. But I was like looking at that and I was just doing the math. It's like, you know, 74 seems like a big number when you're, let's say, counting out pennies, right? Yeah. But when you look at the population of just Toronto's 3.1, the GTA is about like 7.3 or something million. And I was just being generous. I was like, let's say only 3 million people were looking for a house or something, affordable housing. We're cutting half the population out anyways. But you do the calculation on 74 new units, it's like 0.00003% of the population getting affordable housing. Yeah. And at that rate, it's like we're just toast. You know, people are going to leave the city. People have been like just going out because they can't afford it, and they got to travel.
We're the coffee shop, right?
Exactly, the coffee shops, the restaurants. Like really, if anyone's living in downtown, they're usually living with roommates as well, and some people are okay with it, but a lot of people, again, like if we're talking about creating more jobs and more families and more people to live here. I mean, no one
can't afford a house. Yeah. Just said like 2 years ago, over 50% of people in Toronto living in can't afford to buy a house. Yeah, yeah, that's pretty sad.
And it's interesting too, because it's not just young people too; it's older people, because they're on fixed incomes. They sell their house again, they downsize, and younger people are just absolutely
getting those condo fees.
The condo fees are like my rent, basically. So I'm like, I'm not gonna.
One of my friends, his parents, they live in Pickering. Their condo fees, they're practically, but the condo fees $1,500 a month. And they paid it. They were there for like 30 years. They paid that. It kept going up and up and up.
For pools that are always closed and never open, and all the amenities that don't really work.
And nobody uses them. People, like I have friends who live in Mississauga and my sister lives in the condo. They never use the amenities. You pay for it, right? Yeah. Can I go use your pool? Oh, we don't know. We gotta get the key. You've been there like 4 years. You never used your pool once? Yeah. Can I go pay down pool in your pool? Oh, we never use it. We gotta get the key. Yeah. So when you get the key, it'll just be the condo or everything else, right? Yeah, they got all these amenities. Like, it's free, well, you pay for it, right?
I mean, yeah, that's the thing. That's where all.
So what's your solution for affordability? What do you do?
I mean, I definitely believe that we should have, like, the big thing is just having units that are affordable. And I want to make it clear, too, that, you know, affordable doesn't mean that they're not profitable. The city could actually make money off of units that are making money. It's just, you know, I get businesses are going to charge.
What about like non-profit? You have it.
Yeah, even non-profits. You know, you can keep as long as the management. Because I know like some. I haven't been there myself, but some Toronto community housing places are not managed very well. But that's where you need to have like good people, and that's where you get like the young blood of new generation of not just politicians, but of actual administrators that are interested in upkeeping and maintaining good standards. So you build something that's high quality, and you can can start making either it into a non-profit, or you can maybe make it into a profitable company. But it doesn't need to be gouging everybody. Because again, the $200 off a rent is huge for a lot of people. That could be the difference between them saving $100 every month, or that could be the difference between their grocery bill, or diapers for children,
things for entertainment, right?
Entertainment, because you have everything cascades into really the affordability. So you have these places, these small businesses. If they're not making money, it's because people don't want to necessarily avoid them and think that they're too expensive. They just have no money.
Yeah.
You go down to the bars, and those used to be places where people would go and gather all the time just for after work. Yeah. But if they can't afford it, they're not going to go there. They're going to be like, well, I'm just going to not drink, or I'm not going to go out and eat.
Coffee shop. I met the coffee shop. Nice one.
Yeah.
The real corner there.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
about
a nice
a piece croissant on the coffee, like $8.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's for a fancy coffee shop. It's a local place, right?
Very much so.
But it tastes better.
I mean, it used to be a Starbucks, and now it turned to something local, and
it tastes much better than the regular stuff, but you pay the price, right?
Yeah.
But now, like a family of four, can I go, you heard of Sunlight, they do those tickets for every library. When this started out years ago, I used to get tickets all the time. Go to free pass on Brown, Art Gallery.
Yeah.
Now, and they've increased the places, but now it's like a bidding war, because people can't afford. Say a family of four cannot afford to go to a museum or a science center. That all adds up. But now they sponsor this, and that's why they're fighting to entertain the families. And it's pretty sad when you think about it. You got to be in line, depending on the library. It's a bigger library, you get more tickets. So it's smaller than like one ticket for the wrong.
Yeah.
So you got people. I've been in Victoria Village. I've literally seen people at 5 o'clock in the morning lining up to get that ticket.
Oh wow!
Around the library. Yeah, it's pretty. It tells you. And I asked you to say thank you to Sun. And I actually wrote a letter saying, would you think of doing theater? Close to the arts. And they're thinking about it, getting free tickets for like afternoon matinees, which are really cheaper than the ones, and go see a play. To see, raise your kids to go see. My parents were fortunate enough, we get to see all kinds of shows and all.
Yeah.
But movie theaters and plays, Disney on Ice, I remember that. Maybe I aged myself. Disney on Ice.
I never saw it myself.
Yeah. We did we had Ice Capades, all that kind of all that stuff we could afford back then. But now you can't take what's in the past. You can't afford it now. A regular family can, that's why we have the bike share. That's why we have bike community events. All this stuff. Anything that's free. Mm-hmm. And things that are always free are always packed, right?
Oh yeah.
And that's the fortune,
And families are just trying to give their children just a basic childhood.
Yeah.
Like I've never come across people that are like, again, like nobody's trying to reach for more than what they know of, which is just the kids have some entertainment. Maybe it's something like where the kids could go to like a park or a zoo or whatever. And you need to factor in those. That's what makes a city livable, is being able to afford to be able to do that,
do all these things,
have access to it as well. And that's something I think a lot of the city just kind of forgets about the people at the same time. And life is expensive.
So you said right there, you see future of God about people.
Yeah.
That comes back to City Hall, right?
100%.
That's why you're running, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a renter. I work jobs. I pay rent and I pay taxes.
You mean you work on a silver spoon in your mouth there, buddy? Just a plastic plate. It's bendable straws.
Exactly.
I don't like bendable straws. I don't like those paper straws. Okay, you get city council. Can you just ban them? Seriously, I'm gonna get in trouble. I'm part of a lot of green parties. Hey, they have plastic straws in the hospital. Why can't they have them? You put one straw in McDonald's. Once it's done, you can't put it back with the ice in it, And then we'll give you, that's 35 cents for another straw. Come on.
I had a friend put one of those paper straws in and watch it dissolve. And
what a sadist.
And I just remember her just saying, though, she's just like, there's trash in my drink. And I was like, I mean, it is, I guess. It really is trash. Know, right? And then you get another one, you get another one, you get another one.
When you go to A&W, you get the icy toast. That's the only one that you get other than Scarborough down here. Up in Scarborough, right? You're going to get icy toast at these, A&W.
Yeah.
Other ones you got to pay money, but you get the paper cardboard or knife and fork, and you're eating like, what is this, Get a silver, I'll bring my own.
Exactly, right.
Plastic is better, right? I hate it. I see it from my mom. She said, I can't stand this wooden stuff. What, it look like I live in a boat? My mom's hilarious.
I like that one.
Live in a boat, use some wood. wooden utensils. And all.
Exactly.
Let's go back to your affordability. Yeah. So what would you do for solutions? For yourself?
I mean, affordability comes down to having just affordable units. It also comes down to like realizing that the citizens are being taxed. Like I understand that we need tax to run this city, and not ignorant to that. But I think it's even looking at the city inward and being like, is this city running as efficient as it should be? Because
And you think not, right?
I think not. No, I think most of the times the city workers are probably working their butts off and doing what they can
Really?
through the system.
I'm kidding.
I mean,
really?
you're always
What
beholden to
city's
the
working?
manager.
What's? I should be bad on city workers. I live in Scarborough. I've seen some of them work.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
I mean, that's Scarborough.
I know. I'll just speak up for Scarborough. All I can say is I'm not saying nothing about. All I can say I get a lot of people complaining, and a lot of people in certain parts doing the job themselves, literally, and that's pretty bad.
I think that comes
And
down
then when I
to
call the
like,
foreman and say, "What are you talking about? My crew's doing a great job. We're right now having our coffee and watching our TV." So there you go. Sorry, I didn't mean to disturb you. I'll go into the commercial.
I'll call you back. Yeah. I'll call you back in a
Not
few
now.
months.
We're watching Oprah. But don't you finish your work at 6 and you're starting at 4? That's the bad joke.
No,
And they also got their door. Some of their offices are in the bathroom.
Yeah.
It's always boarded off. You can't see what. You don't know if it's either it's dark or light in it. So you know it's all like, what are you hiding? Why did they make windows for you guys?
Of course. I think that's.
We don't want people bugging us for having our.
It's the civil service life. I'm working in the federal civil service. You get to a point, but I would say even being in the federal service, I know municipal's a little bit different, but a lot of it just comes down to management where you just get frustrated.
A city councilor, I didn't have to any of this, but I see this. The city councilor, would you make them more accountable for their they're being for the hours that they put in for working for the city, being paid by the city?
100%.
I'm not being mean, facetious, but there are city a lot of good work stuff, but there's some that just like you say, Rob Porter's gravy train, whatever they call it. They do. Like I was in Thompson Park the last winter.
Yeah.
And I dirtied something in the spoon in my pants or something. It was like coffee, somebody spilled coffee, and I was washing the sink. Everything was closed, right? So the city worker, the office right there, the guy comes in, the old guy's like a senior. Like, this is not a laundromat. Well, buddy, why don't you go and do some work? I mean, sitting in your office for 2 hours here, I'm washing my clothes. Hold on, but I'm just saying, this is the way our society is built. We're taking all these shortcuts and all.
It has become that way, and I know, like, it's kind of even like kind of a little off topic, but with the younger generation, they even say that they're lazy and they don't know how to do things, and to a certain extent, it's very true.
Like you say, that's my aunt, my niece is the one who's so and cook. They come over for dinner. Then they go, what do you want, pizza or Chinese? He's like, what do you got, chili in the can? What is this?
I think there's opportunities for them to work.
By
I do cook.
Oh, you're
Very adamantly.
You're a good cook?
Basically, yeah. Well, during COVID, I mean, I was very single back then during COVID, so yeah, I was cooking like just anything and everything. I tried to do Mediterranean dishes.
Nice.
Asian dishes are a little more difficult just because the ingredients are a little harder to get.
Yeah.
But I do like that quite a bit. A lot of European dishes as well.
You're Mexican background.
And Mexican, taco.
The soft shell or the hard one?
I'm stuck for the hard shell.
Yeah? Really?
Yeah. I like the soft ones, but I
they're gonna choke in my throat. Because they're edgy.
It's a risk.
What are those chips? Miss Vicky's? The triangular chips, the Dorito ones?
Tostitos.
Yeah, Tostitos. Yeah.
That's
when you put a whole thing in your mouth, scrape them with your powder.
I've done that. That and sunflower seeds before too. So yeah.
You should put you should do like you did in the States. Sue them and say put a label after they get sued. Yeah, this chip may damage your upper palate.
Oh my God, yeah, those things.
I'm giving somebody an idea right now. I'm gonna go do it right now. I'm gonna go chip my chip.
They're gonna be like, that
you're
wasn't
getting
worth
off topic here. So are you done with affordability? So
yeah, affordability. Yeah, as you said, it's having being accountable, like having that kind of moving in the third point, I guess, would be like the accountability and transparency,
third point,
which you want to know what your city's doing. We pay so much in taxes, and a lot of things are hidden to us. Like, why do things cost billions of dollars?
There's lack of accountability, what you said, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why is it visible?
Yeah, it's even like when we see the metro projects, and they say like, oh, now it's going to cost 3 times more, but it's kind of like, why?
Yeah, why? Yeah.
What's even if you can see a breakdown of the list or procurement, I know a lot of cities You know, I think Toronto, it's ridiculous how much things cost to build
I think
already.
another city's paying for it, let's build them more.
I have a feeling that there's a lot of that goes on. You know,
Yeah.
let's
Well, then
you can-
any like even any project they have this like in the city, they had a one for they're putting a bidding to these stairs for the community center.
yeah.
So rather than go with the one that's more efficient, they want to cost more, and they raise the price. So it costs like $125,000 to put 6 steps in this community center. 6 steps. So it could have been done by last company like less than that.
Yeah.
You know? That's me. When the city's building it, let's just double the price. That's correct, right?
Yeah.
They do.
And the problem is too is it gets paid. I don't know
They
why,
do.
because you should be saying no.
Yeah.
You gave us, you know, whenever you give a quote, I get like certain things happen, but you know the onus is also on the people that want these contracts too.
Yeah.
You can't just have a contract and jack it up and then be like, oh, that's your problem.
That's the thing. It says that if you're doing a bid, you know the projected cost, like say the transit, and now you what, a couple 304 million billion or 104 extra.
Oh yeah.
Where'd that come from? You know,
Yeah.
it's like when I did contract with landscaping, I did a quote,
Yeah.
took all the supplies, everything. It's like, you do this and that. Here's the price. Okay.
Yeah.
Everything that's under whether that's on me. You know, because I have to take that into account. So like these guys, when they have a contract, they say have a clause. If you go over a budget, or if you budget yourself, you give us a special city, you pay for that. Unless something extreme happens, like a war or whatever.
Yeah.
Terrorist attack, you know.
Or that's the thing. And taxpayers are not getting transparency in what their government's spending all this money on. A lot of the times, you just seeing the money go, you know, out somewhere else. And then I know there's people even on this street on Badness that are just a pothole right here. Like it doesn't. They're not asking for $1 million road repair.
There?
They're just, oh yeah, it's still there.
How long's it been there?
Oh God knows how long. Like,
Oh, that
they're all over the place too. And of course, you know, because winter, I know like sometimes they're inadvertent because they scrape up like parts of the
But nobody's
gravel.
complained about the potholes in the city?
Oh, apparently they have actually. It's right in front of the pizza place, so you know, it's just fine. Like, and I see a lot of like elderly too trip and
You
fall.
should say, listen, you keep leaving a senior citizen like you know the pothole.
I think too. It's even when you look at the cost of even a single pothole. It's like people are like, oh well, let's pretend it cost $10,000 to fix, which would be an absurd price, but let's pretend it did. The amount of damage to vehicles
Yeah,
and
my friend,
to cyclists is much
he's one
higher.
of the candidates. He just went over a pothole on his end. $3,000 worth of damage. He's dinging the city because they did. He can investigate. They did. That was reported. It was reported to the city to get that thing fixed. It hasn't been fixed so long. He went over it like anybody else. There was a nighttime. There was no warning signs, and they showed me the picture. It was like this big. Like he couldn't even get his car out.
Oh yeah.
And so now the city's got to have its own investigation, but that city should pay for that.
Yeah, it's like things that we're not fixing and maintaining are costing us way more down the line.
I know how to solve the pothole problem. Make an announcement, you're going to name it, and they'll do it.
That's actually a good suggestion, you know?
We'll give it an original name.
Put some accountability to the potholes, right?
Yeah,
You know?
each pot has a name, we'll name it. It's the city budget.
One city
name
official for that.
Name your
yeah.
big pothole.
Yeah.
That's a good thing as a councillor, eh?
That would be pretty. That would be pretty interesting because you'd see the councillors that are like, I don't want any potholes named after me. Fix all mine. You know, I don't care about the other ones, but fix all mine. You know.
Has anyone driven over the Dave Crowder Trail with a pothole? Yeah.
Exactly right.
You got my vote. I'm going on my car.
Not even got my vote. You got my car.
You
You
got
know.
my car.
Ding mine. You know.
But accountability, yeah, back to accountability, yeah, big time.
Yeah,
You do need to be,
it's
yeah.
huge, and we're losing a lot of that. I find.
Give me an
with,
example of what's not to say. What do you see for yourself?
in terms of like.
A loss of accountability, like what something particular you see that you got hurt about?
I mean, it really comes down to just even knowing, let's just say, knowing what your councilors or city officials are even doing. Like a lot of people, like I remember even like looking up like what does a councilor do, and it's like
What did they do?
I read it when I was reading it. I was like, I
I'm
don't
going to be sarcastic.
quite
I'm sorry.
understand it. It was one of the things where you read it, and it's kind of like reading a thesaurus where you look up one word and then it just gives you like a bunch of others, and you're like, I still don't understand what that actually is. Like the basis of what people are doing should be more accountable. Like, what is your councillor actually doing?
Well, you've been
every
living there, what, how many years now? 12 years?
So 2016, so yeah, like 10 years.
So
yeah.
in the last 4 years, the council's doing it. How often you see him in the ward?
To be honest, since this election, I didn't even know his name.
Oh,
I had no
his
idea.
name, really?
No, I had no idea. I knew MPPs changed, and I knew their names, I knew the MP, but city councillor, I had no earthly idea.
How was that?
I didn't even know what the boundaries of the ward were. I didn't even know this was called St. Paul's before the election, basically.
Oh, really?
I knew, like, I used to always just say this is like Forestdale, Castleloma,
Yeah.
Bathurst, St. Clair,
Oh yeah,
whatever.
Castlelma's in this wood, right? It's
Yeah,
Castle-
yeah. It's just down the street south.
Oh, is it just down there?
Yeah,
I
walking
think it's
distance.
hard
basically.
further up. Yeah. That's your. Yeah.
Yeah, like, you know, a lot of the times, and
Why don't you guys take over the castle and house the people in there? There's lots of room there.
it was nice to do it, wouldn't it? You know, it was a former house too. So.
It's got an underground tunnel with the stables, right? You can put what you in there.
I
You ever been
funny
there?
thing, I haven't actually been in there, so it's
Really?
hard for me to even say what I haven't.
You ever been to Castleloma?
I was
Oh,
there
yeah.
for a very, very brief time. I think I just went into the bar area, but then I had to leave because it was.
They have a bar there?
It was like
I don't know.
I guess maybe it's-
they must
is
have
it
updated
Blue
it.
Bloods or
I've been long time. Yeah.
Yeah.
They've updated that.
I just had a really quick drink there, and then I was headed out somewhere else. But I never had a chance to actually tour the entire.
Speaking of
country.
upgrade, do you think a lot of these areas can be upgraded to like more convenient? Like for example, I went down for an interview down by Sheridan, and they've updated. I haven't been in years. But I've been passed by it many times, and I haven't been in there. They just got rid of the bar, everything, and just now it's like a DJ playing music, there's a cafe. There's all these little knickknacks. It's nice.
Oh, yeah.
They really updated. They went up with the times, right?
I think a lot of places would love to update.
And
it.
I say up. When I say up with the times, that means we need new councils up with the times.
Yeah.
You know, like your new blood, right?
Of course, I think fresh ideas, and you know, I was talking with people outside of the ward as well.
Yeah, how's the canvassing? What kind of feedback you got?
The feedback's been really good. A lot of people are just saying like
Who are you?
actually, it's more so like they're just like when I ask them like if there's anything they want to have fixed or changed in the city, they're more surprised, and I tell them and
Surprised at what? That you're
just-
running or that
just that there's
There's
somebody
no
coming to
entry?
their door asking them what their problems is. I'm like, I know nobody expects, you know.
Oh, really? So
what's
people
your
that
problem?
you knocked on doors in the last 4 years, nobody's approached you before, or like nobody's knocked on doors?
No one's told me that they have ever had anyone really come to their door. Most of the time they're shocked, they're surprised, and
So
they
I
have no
don't
idea
know
what's there.
how many houses you been to? Over 15,000, right? Houses in your campaign.
Quite a bit. I've been,
So out of that,
yeah.
not say out of 10,000, how many people reacted to that? Like said that to you, like nobody's gonna knock on doors.
A good majority are just like, again, like, you know, when I ask them what's wrong with the city or what's wrong with the neighborhood, they'll be like, oh, I just didn't think of I mean, you kind of came out of nowhere, and I'm like, yeah, no one expects me to. No one expects to knock at their door
I'm the
saying,
wind
complain
counselor.
to me, right?
I come and blow in, and they keep the incumbent back in.
Exactly.
So
Right?
it tells you something that they never knew that, and nobody's knocking on doors. Because you get all the ads when people, the incumbents go knocking on doors and all this, they get all fed. So that tells you right there.
Most politicians, I think, you know, of course, they're going to
But these
blast
are these
everything out
areas
at the
that
end.
they don't use canvas, like when you're canvassing, because you're going everywhere, right?
Yeah.
You're not going to specific voting zones, right?
No, I'm just going around.
And
to
people,
different
voting
areas.
zones are where most votes happen in each election, where most incumbents go to. That's where they get the votes. Because they know that if they don't go to the other areas, they're not going to be aware of elections, for example,
Yeah.
that they can't vote, right? They should be educated.
100%. You know, I know the next stop probably for either this week or next week is going to be kind of the Little Jamaica area as well, because every neighborhood has specific complaints, and then a lot of them have very general ones. The general ones are all across the entire ward. Everyone has the same issues.
What's the basic complaints about?
A lot of them, if they're renters, of course, the rent guidelines, and just, you know, they say like, what's the point, you know, or why?
What's the point of voting?
No, well, they say that too, because obviously they think nothing changes.
That's the attitude like that.
And I get that. I tell them, I'm like, no, I can completely understand. I mean, I live here too. Why
And
would
the
I be
people,
running?
and the people sitting in office, I know you can be neutral. You can't say, I can say myself. People in office, they like that attitude.
Mm-hmm.
They like that attitude. That's what keeps staying in.
Well, complacency is
That
great
the-
for
yeah.
staying in power.
The name recognition of the content. You know, this whole thing, running again, there's nothing wrong with that. You've done your time, move on. Like you've seen all my interviews.
Yeah.
I said the other day, yesterday in the interview, I said, you can take people I've interviewed right now, including yourself, now 23, I believe, 24.
Yeah.
You say, just 24 of you people, you guys, put in the city council, what a big difference that made. And there's something missing there.
Absolutely huge. Because I think when you actually want to resolve something, yeah. it
See, I
takes
like you
effort.
sit there because the sun's in your face now. See?
Oh, I like
I'm a
this,
good
yeah.
camera. Yeah, I knew the sun would
Great.
come on, but yeah.
I love it. There we
You're
go.
shining
Got
face.
the nice little halo, you know, everything
Halo?
like that. Yeah, of course. I'm an angel.
Okay. Okay.
Pop up at the same time. A little tail
He's
starts
a buff,
waving in the
he's a buff
background.
angel. I was bugging for the interview because the Mexican, he looked like a luchador, right?
Oh yeah. I have to buy one of those masks. It's part of my heritage, so I have to.
Oh, you got-
I have a feeling that's going to be a birthday gift from somebody someday very, very soon.
So if you get elected to council, we stop with your luchador.
The luchador, yes. El luchador, you know.
Give me that thing, I'll slam up. Then he take the guy, the signs up, let me take it, slam him down.
Reminds me of
I'm in.
Yeah, the Idiocracy movie where President Camacho and he's like, oh, we're gonna come in here.
They're funny, yeah. I had a buddy in the army. His dad was a luchador.
Oh, really?
He was a big Mexican. He's a big guy. We met him once in graduation. That's your dad? Oh my God, he's like a bloody giant.
Yeah.
Because of all the wrestling years, he's this big.
We don't need tanks. We just need your dad.
Oh my God, he must. Yeah, let me shake your hand. Where'd my hand go? He'd be good for stealing fruit in the store. Let me grab it. I'm gonna walk out.
Oh yeah.
So for yourself, with canvassing now,
Yeah.
right? And you said the feedback, nobody's been knocking on the doors.
Like a lot of people.
How do you feel that when people tell you that? When like after so many doors are knocked on?
It's really disappointing actually to hear that people aren't being served in their own community for something. Just you know, the issues are like so basic and so easy to just actually resolve.
Yeah.
And when
give me an example.
Yeah, there's a stop sign that basically no drivers can see, and I actually took a video of it, and I was like, yeah, if I was driving.
No drivers can see the stop sign. Why?
Because it's like really high up. It's like, I don't know, let's say it's like 10 feet up in the sky, it feels like, and it's obscured by like a tree that's there.
Okay. Yeah,
and drivers are whipping by Witchwood Barns, and you know, they're already speeding as is, and the speed bumps even there suck too, because I didn't even like people would tell me about speed bumps, and I was like, there's speed bumps here. I was just walking on this street, and I was like, I didn't notice any bumps whatsoever. So.
I was just dancing the car with music.
Exactly. You just don't notice these things, and it's small, little, tiny things that make and improve the area, all the way to the big ones where people are just saying, I don't want something here. Like a lot of people don't want condos in the backyard, and St. Paul's gets this kind of bad reputation for being very NIMBY, but it's not really about NIMBYism. It's about it doesn't fit in their backyard.
Well, yeah, say this park right now. Can you imagine putting a condo right here? Well, you got one over there. That's on that side, but this is all like playground, low houses over there.
Yeah.
And can you imagine if they took this park, put a condo right here, the block and this, and all the, you know.
And that's a huge issue because the growth of everything that's happening, like the parking, like a lot of people's complaints aren't like, oh, I would, like nobody has actually told me like I don't want affordable housing in my backyard. They're like, I don't want a 60-foot condo in my backyard that no one's going to live in, and also even if they do, there's no infrastructure for it, there's no parking.
Right.
These are like single lane streets as is.
This,
so.
like I've been sitting here before you got here. Like, you know, all these families come here, they have a picnic lying down. It's a small park, but it's well used, right?
Yeah.
And you take this away, like back to the family affordability. That can't afford to buy things and go to theaters. This is their luxury.
Yeah.
Dad comes home and let's go to the park and go biking.
And it's the simple things that kids like the swings there.
That's exactly what I'm saying. We've taken the simplicity of the basic needs of people that City Hall should be catering to, which they have not in the last 4 years. Like the canvassing, right?
100%, yeah. And
so out of all the complaints that people talk to you at the door, what's the major thing you'd like to complain about?
I would actually say the like besides the affordability, because we kind of chat about that one, just having those like community spaces. A lot of people are feeling like they're getting pushed out of like places where they're like, where am I gonna go? Like if I want to have a family get together, and obviously no one's apartment is usually that big enough to have like 25 people in there. They're like, well, where can I go? Like, yeah, you could rent out maybe restaurants, but they're pretty small too. But they want to have places like parks. They want to have places where the kids can gather with.
I think this is one of the older parks, right?
I think it must be, yeah.
It's a beautiful park. Like I didn't know it existed. I've never been in this like this. I've been down there and by Castle, but I never walked this way.
I mean,
so when you told me to get out where it is, and I got out of the subway, I didn't know how close it was. Like, this is nice. Right by the subway. This is great.
Yeah. And people want that, and the kids, and like even for teens too. Like teens want a place to just like hang out, do their thing. Yeah, they might get in a little bit of trouble, but they need a place for an outlet. We all did stupid things, or broke our arms, or whatever it might be.
This is like for like if you get permission for your election, I was talking about doing public forums. This is like a great place. You know, like have a meet and greet and let you get to know who you are.
People want to be outside.
That's I think the biggest thing, to get your face out there and see you are.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm a big advocate for community centers too, and like I know we have pools in the area as well. You know, a lot of families are going to those community pools that they think are really important.
Where's the nearest community center around here?
That's a good question because I think it's actually by the pool that's down in St. Clair. At least that's one of the bigger ones.
Like, I look at this building, there's a lava here there.
Yeah.
Guildford. It's a bit of an eyesore, I'd say. It's not like the parking. I mean, they have parking there and all, right? It is community. It's a grocery in the community, you know. But further, when they
it's expensive though. I mean, it's like when people complain up at Yonge and Eglinton, they feel like it's like that Yonge and Eglinton's a great example of a place that grew so fast, but it's so soulless, and a lot of people just are like, we don't like it because there's no third spaces. There's no like nice parks that we can kind of gather. Yonge and Eglinton,
it's all
you got
concrete.
Broadway Avenue. It's all concrete, and they're like, yeah, we could. What are we gonna sit in front of our apartment on the concrete slabs and read books or something, or you know, like, and the only grocery stores they have are Loblaws and like a Farmville, which are two of the most expensive retailers that I've ever seen. I even worked in this Loblaws I worked in. Yes, it was I call it barcode monkey. They don't like that term, but it was a perpetual inventory clerk. So I'd be going in at 5 a.m. and scanning the entire store, basically.
For what?
Just for empty holes so they could stock them, basically.
Oh, really?
So
that was your job?
it was a horrible job. Hated it. Everyone's like, oh, you're in a union. And I was like, yeah, I get a 5-cent raise after, I think, 1,000 hours or something like that.
Really?
Like, something ridiculous like that, you know. All the ones that were there for like 25 years and 30 years, they're doing well, but for anyone that's entering a new, it's like...
get the new rate,
the new rate and the raises are just, you know. But end of the day, like I know the prices in Loblaws inside and out, and it's quite expensive.
Well, just play home and take No Frills, Loblaws, what's the other one? Super they're all owned by the same company, right?
Even Shoppers Drug Mart,
But they're most expensive place to go to.
Oh yeah, and we're gonna lose out. Like I have this fruit stand down there, and I love that place because it's got affordable. Like I will spend more
like
money.
The
local one.
Been there for many years.
Many years as well.
Why is it going?
What's that?
It's going to be disappearing, is that?
No, it's not disappearing. I would hate for it to disappear because I would patronize that place all the time, and I want it to stay there because I'll spend more money at a local place.
It just has like fruits, vegetables. Is it like a little grocery store?
Yeah, like a little grocery store.
I see a lot of different. I love it. Like when I'm doing the interview, going all over the board, I see all these, call them mom and pop, small, even on Danforth, everywhere. I say these are vital pieces of community, right?
Yeah.
When you come home, you want to go to Loblaws and pay like $10 for a piece of fruit.
I mean, the groceries for $100 would be like this much sometimes at a Loblaws.
Yeah.
You know, it's got to the point where I try to order, like, it's cheaper for me to order food from somewhere else, like, let's say
ready-made and all
Metro. No, just like Metro or even Walmart, and I can get more just ordering online and getting it delivered to me than some of these stores like Loblaws. Because they're just so expensive.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, very high prices for...
Well, like Shoppers too, it's very...
Shoppers is going up there as well.
I go for like get the Yonda the other day. $11.99. Like, what's the difference between this and the other one in Walmart?
Well, you have the shrinkflation too, as well too.
Shrinkflation.
Everything's getting smaller and smaller.
It is getting small, yeah.
Yeah.
You notice that? Even the soap bar mentioned one, the Ivory or well, the American brand is bigger than ours.
Oh yeah.
I get it from Walmart. I get the one from this regular. I go like, just much difference. But you don't realize that. You know, like,
it's always a weird number, like 176, 196.
Even the chips are like they're half full.
Yeah.
You'll find a guy on TV. Watch the guy on CTV. We asked the guy. He's like he does like consumer stuff.
Yeah.
I forgot his name. He does his voice. He's really good. He's an advocate for the consumer products and testing and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Good and all that stuff. Nathan something. But he's good.
Okay, yeah.
He does that. He tells me about the bag of chips was only half full. Because they blow it up on machines and all that stuff. You say everything is shrinking. I had cousins that come over from the States to visit me. They go, "Are you guys on food rations?" I go, "Why? Everything's so small here." I go, like their Haagen-Dazs ice, like the big one's like $10, so we pay like $5 for a small one.
Oh my God, yeah. Like
even their food over there when you buy you've been in the States, like you buy burgers, like can I take this home to feed my family?
I know and it's crazy too because it's like you're thinking like you know you see the food waste that goes on around here and it's like why is food still so expensive?
You remember the restaurants on King Street? Fancy
Yeah.
One of our girls that was dating, we went to go see a theater back then, and we went to this theater or this fancy restaurant, and a snotty waiter, he's like, and he brought out their dish. It was like all the fancy plates, a little bit of crabs and some vegetables. Like, what is the problem? This is a full meal. What? Yeah, sure. For somebody in another country, not me.
Yeah.
Like, is there any appetizers? You know, and that was even more expensive than me. But that's me.
That's where all the
It's
food is
it was
probably
so
on the
small.
appetizer.
It was so. I want some pasta. Give me some pasta. You know.
Yeah, me and my friends
Give me
always
some beans.
raid the happy hours because we're like, we're not paying full for
No,
this
it's
place.
just,
Like, give us the happy hours.
back to what you said. Families can't afford all this stuff.
That's the thing. Even family restaurants are very far and few in between.
Swiss Chalet is another example.
Yeah.
And by the way, Swiss Chalet is the most highest sodium product restaurant out of all the fast food places. Which I thought was nuts. I thought McDonald's were in Burger King, but Swiss Chalet is 3 times as much as anyone.
Huh.
Their chicken is like over 600 grams of sodium.
Wow.
Yeah, didn't know that. Yeah, people that have sodium problems, like my mom had. Yeah, didn't realize that. Even the chickens you get in the
The bags or the Costco ones or something?
you know, the ones that are already made in Costco and they have
the rotisserie.
Yeah, they're all like high in sodium. You know when you go, my mom's on a sodium reduction, goes all these.
Yeah.
Didn't realize all the canned vegetables are high in sodium, right?
Yeah.
But these are things that people can only afford. They can't afford healthy food. You know, they got to go to Alabama and buy stuff.
The most unhealthy food is always like the most is actually the cheapest, and then the healthy foods, you know,
Very
you
expensive.
can't go on a kick about like,
Yeah,
oh,
like these health stores, you know.
oh yeah, 100%. And I think and I'll give credit to my friend that actually said this, and I know they're kind of doing this in the city,
your
but
name?
having lunch programs.
What's your name?
What's my name?
No, I know your name. I'm not that forgettable. Speak up, son. I can't hear. I'm not that old yet. I know what's my name. Can you believe this guy? No, what's your name? Their friend.
Well,
You don't know her name yet?
I'll leave his name out
What's
just
your
because I
name?
don't know if he'll appreciate it if I tell him.
I want to
but,
give it a plug out to the person.
but I will. Yeah, I'll give a plug.
Don't know
out
your
to him.
name. Don't matter anymore.
But
Why are you sitting here?
he actually was one that benefited from school lunch programs,
Oh.
which was a big one.
Oh, what do you do?
Basically, he went to a school where they would give them like free lunch.
Yeah.
It was a healthy lunch,
Yeah.
pretty basic, but you know,
Like a nice
like
cafeteria and all for food and all.
yeah, basically just like I don't know, maybe like an apple and whatever it might be, just like milk and just the basics. And I think that's actually really important for families because you know, packing a lunch even nowadays, as we just talked about groceries, very, very expensive.
Yeah.
So, you know, even funding for school programs that allow for people to just have a very basic meal. It's not like
I know.
lobster and
I
filet
got a friend
mignon,
whose father tells the kid, when you take a lunch, just lick the salami, put it back in. Bring it up, kitty. Bring it on.
reuse it. Put some water in the orange juice. You know, get 3% milk. Put some water in there. Skim milk.
You know
now.
my friends?
Reminds you of was it Julius from Everybody Hates Chris, who would just,
Yeah.
you know, run over a toothpaste with a card and just get that little tiny extra inch.
But people do that in real life. I know people. I know some of my friends do that in real life. They have to squeeze the tea bag for a couple of times, right?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah. I know that. They do.
We're getting to the point where everyone's gonna be doing that, basically.
I know.
You know?
The coffee grinds now, right?
Coffee grind.
Maybe we talk
coffee.
about we're enjoying your. What's your piece? Show your little poster that you got.
Yeah, yep.
I'm gonna show them. This is funny. You got new ones made up, right?
New one's made up. QR code though was not totally functional.
So this is a new on paper, like I did. Cool. So we're talking about. Oh yeah. So when you go canvassing now, because you want to save money.
Yeah.
Because then you know, but the whole and nothing but the myth about canvassing. You got to raise so much money for all your products and shirt, t-shirt, bags,
Yeah.
which is fun. Like I see some of the canvass, the amount of stuff they have, they're crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, I got some free stuff. It's okay. But like, say you go to the door, right? Say you like my. Oh, I like what you're saying. Did you got a QR code reader on your thing? Oh, good. I need that back.
Yeah.
Because I got a budget.
One-time use, you know. Yeah.
So it's, yeah.
But it's
So if you're gonna vote for him, we can only give a couple of these out. Just scan it right now.
Yeah.
It's the wrong code. What are we talking about? It's misinformation.
Yeah.
You're the first candidate.
Well, that's the new right code, right?
Oh,
That's,
it's the new one?
well, that's so.
Oh, you put the tape on-
I
you
put
taped
the
it.
I put
Oh, I didn't
the
notice
sticker
that.
on it
Yeah.
because they printed out like the
Look
QR
at this
code.
shit.
didn't
You like
go
it?
in.
You get that different look in your face.
I do, yeah.
Yeah.
A different time, a happier time. No, I'm
I think
kidding.
you look better without the jacket. You look more kind of stiff.
Yeah, I think
Yeah, you
with
look
the suits,
very
yeah.
firm and proper, right?
Yeah,
You don't see your luchador form and frame. Right?
of course, yeah.
I know. So it's good number.
Don't intimidate the voter and be like, you have to vote for me, you know, otherwise I'm coming back.
I told people, I told some of the candidates, like, you want to wear pictures of the guys, and they got like bills like you,
Yeah.
and you want to go to the daytime, I go canvassing, wear a muscle shirt. Works all the time. Seriously, you get more people voting for you. Not voting, but they'll talk to you more.
Oh, yeah.
You see, you take care of yourself. Yeah, because you take care of yourself, obviously. You know?
Oh, yeah.
That's it, people see it when they talk to you. Hey, he takes care of himself.
Yeah.
He's interested. He's taking care of himself. Maybe he'll take care of us.
Yeah.
You know?
Well,
I'm giving people clues right now.
good
Incumbents are
actually.
now you see the incumbents taking off the jackets walking around.
Yeah, you're gonna see a lot of buff incumbents at the podium just being just everyone's.
I need to wear a bra.
I mean, hey, they still got 2 months to
What's it
jack
called in
up.
Seinfeld? Man's ear?
Yeah. Man's ear, yeah.
Yeah, I like this. It's nice. It's good. Yeah, it's cool. But you look different in the picture, yeah.
A little bit different, yeah. I lost a lot of weight just walking around.
Oh yeah,
as
you
I
did.
said.
So you lost, yeah.
I mean, I went down
the
like
picture you had, the one that you have on the internet, it's different now because you lost quite a bit.
very different. And that's
You feel
just
good
with
though?
Oh yeah, I feel energized. You know, every day, like even when I come back home, like I'm sore, but I'm not tired. So that's the big difference.
You drink
but
a lot of water to keep yourself going, or
yeah.
take some breaks in between, right?
Yeah.
Have some cookies or.
Oh yeah, especially if I'm down like where there's businesses in between, then I get to because it gives me another excuse to go in. I'm like I'm canvassing, but yeah, I need some like food.
If you tell me where you are and your name on it.
I will, yeah. I'll just be like, hey, if you have an issue in the neighborhood, let me know.
Yeah. So the feedback's been pretty good, right?
Feedback's been very good, and just to the fourth point, actually, segueing in there, it is just having accessibility to your counselor and just knowing that somebody took in your.
Yeah, you just said earlier in conversations, the amount of people knocking doors, they said you're the first to knock on door. That says something right there.
And I think it should be a constant where it's like you should have accessibility and you should know what we're doing. And my main goal in the office would be like a, let's say 1 to 2 day response. Like, you know, it might not be fixed within 2 days, might not be realistic, but it would be at least this case has been like noted and we can kind of track it a little.
Actually, one of the candidates I talked to the other day, he had this idea like doing the AI with where you could phone, it's on the phone number, that's called, listen to the website automatic, like you have a pothole, sign, and you have a certain time to answer within 7 days. Not this like, I keep calling, they haven't answered my call, like you said about the sign there, right?
Most people just want to know that's even been acknowledged
exactly, yeah.
at least.
Actually acknowledged, like did he answer my call or did he actually respond to my, you know, it's like they said contract. They're taking your word, you give them the hope, and you gotta like, that's what your job. You can't let it sit there forever.
It's the civil service aspect mixed with business efficiency, because even for me, I think to myself, you know, all the businesses I ran, like, things need to be done, and we kept a good log.
Let's talk about your background. You got a business background.
Yeah,
you know,
so.
And do we think we need to bring more business in Toronto? Definitely.
Tons more business.
So you've got that background.
Yeah, I mean, I've been in business ever since I was a kid, basically. I sold, my very first product was actually water. It was a spray bottle.
Sold water? You know it's free, right?
I sold it. I know, but I was able to sell it.
You're a good businessman. Wow.
I did sell water. It was they installed water fountains outside of our school, and I had this little spray bottle. This was in Thunder Bay, so this was like a Holy Family, but yeah, it's all we just tap in the water and fill it from the ground, basically. You know, we haven't got the pipes installed just yet. But yeah, sold water like in a spray bottle because it was really hot summer, so people would actually pay me like 1 cent just to get a spray. Or
you put water in a spray bottle?
And people would be like, "Oh, it's so cool and refreshing."
And you made a penny out of that?
I made a penny out of that, and then then people wanted package deals, like they wanted their own.
So how much did you make out of? Like how long did you have it for?
Back then, that was like grade 5.
Oh wow!
Probably made
grade 5?
Well, I don't know, maybe $50 or something,
really?
like in total, just for like a summer or
you're
something
busy,
like that.
From way back, you're in grade 5, business oriented. That's
business
so
oriented,
cool.
But then I started moving to candy in grade 5 and grade 6, and I started buying like bulk candies, selling them on the playground. Then that's when I was actually making good money. That was actually really good money at that point. Now we're talking hundreds.
You want to buy a Val?
That's what it felt like, you know. Started getting the nickname the Candyman actually at that point.
Oh my gosh, like the horror movie.
I didn't see the horror movie as a kid, but then
you didn't make them say your name 5 times fast, did you?
I say it 5 times fast. I pop up. I'm like, hey, want a candy? You know.
The Candyman.
Yeah, but honestly, candy was great for like middle school, and then high school went to e-commerce.
What would you do with the money, anyways?
I just kind of stacked it up, really.
Really?
I didn't really. I was very simple. Like I don't really have any fancy taste myself. Like I like a good meal or something. But I'm a kid at that point. So what am I really gonna buy?
Yeah. So how much money did you accumulate after the day was done?
Like sometimes it'd be like 20 to $50 maybe. Like just selling candy for like a half an hour.
Really?
You know, schoolyard session or something like that. And then.
What did your parents say about that?
They're just like, you know, good. Like I don't know how you're doing it. I don't know.
Wow.
Like they just knew that I was going in, buying candy, coming back
like Tom
out.
Sawyer from the books.
Oh yeah. Yes, that's a good reference.
Paint my fence, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, you know your books.
Yes,
Yeah.
I know the books.
Oh,
Yes,
okay, yeah.
I know Tom Sawyer. Yes,
Read Tom Sawyer, Huck Finn.
good classic.
Who's the author?
It's
Mark Twain.
Mark Twain.
Mark Twain, yeah,
Of course, I should know Mark Twain. But yeah, basically started selling
That's amazing.
in e-commerce. I went to e-commerce when eBay was kind of going up because
Yeah.
everyone was paranoid to use their credit card because even the credit cards were kind of like, I don't want to use my credit card online. But I'd be buying stuff from like manufacturers, selling it,
Wow.
like
So basically, you know how to bring business. Do you have ideas on how to bring business to Toronto to create more money and revenue to put back in social front?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
It goes back to the social, to the people, not to the city. You know?
yeah. I think
should be 100% too, right?
I even have so right now I run an esports corporation, so we do anything with video game related. And one of the big things that we're doing is after school programs for people that want to learn how to do video editing or how to do.
Oh, nice.
There's one actual teacher I'm talking to who's going to be doing Unity game design, which is huge because video games are not. You don't have to be a big studio to do it. You can just have an idea, but if you don't know how to start it, that's a big thing. So education is
Opportunity, right? When the kids learn and they get them off the streets, they get educated and they're getting the mind.
And
it's amazing.
you can make money off it too, which is also a big bonus. And that's where you get your next generation of people that are trying something. They may not.
AI is really big now, right?
AI is big, helps a lot too, but sometimes you just need somebody to kind of guide you. And then with this neighborhood especially too, we have a lot of mid-rise and low-rise buildings up on St. Clair. And if they're going to be converted, I know they're going to be like, oh, it has to be a condo. But it's like, what about the businesses?
Yeah.
What about the small, medium businesses?
Yeah.
Some people just want office space that, they don't need like.
There's all these stores in the zoo, kind of like something like, like hair, skin salon and like skin tolling, lasers. Why put these stores under the building? Nobody's gonna use them. Put a grocery store there, right? Or a convenience store or whatever.
Yeah, there's so many even there's a place called Anchor that opened and it's a fresh fish store. Love that place. Great smoked fish, and I'm gonna be going there probably after. Now that I'm thinking about it, but
oh really?
Oh, so good, fresh fish. But and it makes me avoid the levels. Oh, I love fish. Yeah.
What kind of fish like?
I really like the smoked fish that they have.
What kind of fish like?
It's
salmon?
there's salmon, but it's Arctic char that they have.
Oh, I like
that's
that.
really really good.
I like stone.
Yeah.
Crab. My mom used to make crab curry.
Yeah.
I can make crab curry. You ever heard crab curry?
I've never had it, but it sounds really interesting.
It's lobster. She used to make more crab. Crab was easy to use, and shrimp curry. I can make shrimp curry.
Really good. Yeah.
I like your lipstick.
Just getting hungry now. Putting all the saliva in, basically. It's gonna have me drooling. No, I love my seafood. Yeah.
You know why you're drooling? Because you lost so much weight. You're getting.
Yeah, everyone's gonna be like,
you're gonna see your next interview all like that. Look what happened to you. Well, that interview was feeling. It got me all hungry. I lost so much weight, too much cabbage. I had a pig out.
Yeah. Gluttony would be my big sin, basically.
Yeah, would you want to keep your straight, right? Yeah.
I want to try to at least, But it's I love having little small businesses around here, and not everybody needs to work in the BMO tower and have a whole floor to themselves. That's what I think that people think when they think of office buildings. It's like, no, you can have little mid-rise, low-rises that have offices in there as well. That people want to start their own business, but it has to be affordable because I hear from a lot of business owners too, the rents are high.
Yeah, ridiculous.
They're trying to make money themselves too.
Yeah.
But they also know that if they pass it on to the customer, their rent keeps going up, that the customers are going to be like, well, I'm not going to go
you see, on Young Street, in what areas, I have friends that have stores that reduced to one store.
Yeah.
And the other one at the rent. And then you go by there, and some of the stores, it's just sitting empty. Wouldn't it be instead of being greedy, waiting for them, they add they need to wait. Somebody will afford my price, but they don't. 6 months, 8 months sitting there, and you're driving by, wouldn't it be better to just rent it out at a lower price? At least you get some money coming in,
Oh yeah, it's there's a lot of empty spots on St. Clair.
As a council, what would you do to that? How would you incentivize? How do you incentive to get stores more affordable to rent? Would you actually pass some sort of a bylaw about that, just reducing their rent?
I think, I 100% would believe a good bylaw to max and cap
if the
rent.
store sitting empty for so many months at a high price, bylaw automatic reduction of the rent.
I think that the big thing is with too many people sitting on properties that aren't doing anything, whether they're empty and whatnot. It's the same with the condos. I know they're trying to pass laws.
Yeah, this area is high, and even Young and all, they're all high and costing rental spaces.
Yeah.
I remember after the COVID on Queen, they open all these shoe stores. I'm dropping down like, what's all these high?
Yeah.
And they're not cheap. They're all high-end shoe stores.
I saw one of them
like,
too.
what is it?
Yeah, they were
What's
really
the Rock, What's
expensive.
the Rocky Horror picture of that? And unfortunately, Tim Curry passed away. He's one of my favorite guys.
Yeah.
You see the Rocky Horror picture?
I did.
What's your favorite character? Rocky? You're like a Rocky.
I was gonna. I don't know their names, but it was a Meatloaf. When he comes out, yeah, and he's riding the bike. Yeah, Eddie, and he's riding the bike up.
That was That was the first movie I think he ever did. Yeah. I like Riff Raff.
Yeah.
The guy with the hunch, you know.
Yeah. Oh yes, yeah, he was good too. Yeah.
The mall still.
I like that tonation of.
Yeah. They had a.
Yeah.
I remember. When I was growing up in the years, that was the biggest movie for a long time.
Oh yeah.
And they played now it plays once a year. I think it's first and every Halloween they bring it out.
Oh yeah.
So people don't know what's out. You know, they have to go watch and participate and all that stuff. Yeah.
It's certainly true. I mean, my introduction to Tim Curry was definitely Muppets Treasure Island.
Yeah. That one.
So,
He's played quite a few characters there.
He's got that laugh that like I can't even impersonate it. Yeah.
I like
so
the
deep
with
guttural.
the anticipation.
Yeah.
Go to Rocker.
Oh, he looks like he's always having fun in everything that he's like. You know, it wasn't just a movie. It was fun.
And then he played the clown in It, the movie It.
It took me a long time to watch that movie because clowns freaked me out. I'm from the generation where clowns are creepy, so.
I have a buddy who has a clown fear to this day.
Oh yeah.
When he comes visit, I take my clown out. I have a clown doll. Somebody gave me.
Doll too, clown doll.
We're gonna put in the clown doll. I put a little knife with the blood coming up. I'm kidding. I don't know.
That's the trifecta, you know, clown, doll, knife.
We had a guy working in the library. Yeah. He looked like the guy from Game of Thrones, the skinny guy that took over the castle. So his name was Wilfred. So I sometimes when we play Joker, I brought a clown, put on the seat when he came to work. He just freaked out.
Oh, yeah.
What's the fear of clowns anyway? I don't understand what the fear of clowns is.
I think I am. You know, I could just boil it down to what are you so happy about? You know? There used to be
clown prejudice because you're happy.
There's always a saying I remember when.
So if you go, you're sitting in one of those old clowns so happy with that funny car.
I'm the cynical one. Damn clown, so happy about something. You know.
They say to get over your fear of clowns, you got to be a clown. Hey, have a clown day at our council. Superhero day. Everybody a superhero.
That one I think would be more.
Council's fun. Council's so boring now.
That's true.
Like even the election is kind of like.
But I already see people are like, oh, you know, it's already a circus in town hall. So why should we have more clowns?
Yeah, back to your business. Like, what would be the first thing you bring to make money for the city?
Oh, 100%. I think a lot of businesses, they want to be here, they want to grow, they want to become something, but it's like the rent. There's no even real incentive to like even grants and. Like I understand that grants and subsidies have to go through a pretty extensive process anyways when you're applying for them, but you know we need to start expanding and looking outside of just the traditional routes of, you know, oh, you're gonna have a restaurant, here's a subsidiary or whatever, or here's a grant, because we have to look at like tech even. You know, it's everyone always like wants to talk about tech. It's not even just about AI. It's about people coming up with new ideas or just having those spaces. Because a lot of the times they just need the space.
What about like a council AI assistant?
Council AI assistant?
Yeah, you know?
I mean, that's probably what's going to be the future as well. You know,
just be AI counselors.
AI counselors.
Being more productive right now than the real ones. Just kidding. They are.
Quicker to respond at least, you know? Might give you a little bit of a hallucination.
Well, that's just something about you. Like, are you going to do more videos? You going to do more videos to talk about? Like,
oh yeah, 100%. Yeah.
You're planning on doing like a Q&A with like a town hall like the one that we're doing, or even like a, you know, just putting a set of a mic and come talk to me and all that stuff.
I think
we want to talk.
we're gonna.
It would have fit.
Yeah.
A lot of wards I've been visiting. All you when I talk to people before I do the interview, I tell you this. I say he's running here in this ward. Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Let's check it out. I go, yeah, check out the interview on the channel and you'll see him talking. And then they go, okay, well, this is what we need to hear. We're frustrated anyway. We do what? Basically, I hear from the districts. There's nobody hear our voices, and then the election don't hear that. So with you guys doing all the social media videos, it's a lot to see.
Oh yeah, right? 100%. It's getting out the message and letting people know what I stand for, and of course that's where you decide if you.
Well, let me ask you point blank. In this ward, particularly, if the incumbent still stays in for another year, another 4 years, how do you see this ward coming?
Put
you on the spot.
I mean, everything's. I mean, obviously it's my opposition, so I'm trying to replace him for something better. So that being said, I don't see this ward particularly going in a good direction. I see more condos. I see less spaces for ourselves to enjoy.
And you see less presence of the people.
Probably,
see the person there.
less representation. I think it's like you just see it with most things. Like if we don't get a new generation of incumbents in, then we are going to lose, and we are losing. Like again, people are being squeezed out of everything, and just nobody seems to be listening. We're all screaming into a
void. The last by-election I covered for 25, and I've upset a lot of people. I've seen it's not the winner, but the reaction. No media coverage, no debates, nothing like that, and no one can. Unless I covered my pod, did an interview. People actually say, "I'm glad you did it because we know who's going to run. Now we can decide to vote for it." Small example.
I had a phone call about somebody asking if there was any debates, and I told them, I was like, well, I don't arrange the debates myself because usually it's going to be like a third part, because obviously if I arrange a debate it looks a little biased, and also when you want to reach different groups as well, so usually it's done by like the news channels, or it could be done by community.
Well, it's like a people's debate. I've asked people ask me, hey, can I have a debate for my candidates, my ward candidate? Never been done before.
Yeah.
Why not?
And I think that's where people will get to hear the actual truth from a candidate. Some are more skilled at, kind of working around answers and stuff.
I find it so funny, like he says, the hypocrisy is you see in his Instagram, and he comes and doing all these photo apps, like they're doing, I did this place, I replaced this, I did this and this. I said, but you know what? And he just said, you're doing canvassing, and yet you don't hear that from people.
Yeah.
Like it's like two opposites. So the portrayal in instant media, like Instagram, Facebook, and whatever they get access. They have more access to me than we do.
Yeah.
First of all. And that's the thing right there. But the fact that they make this come across that they're at every event, they did this, set this up, they answer people's needs, which is not true, right?
It's you look at these things, and I know one thing too, people are like, well, it's council, like what can you do? And
what can you do?
And I always tell them, like, it all starts from something very small, and if you think you can't make a difference because it's small, spend a night with a mosquito, as they say. That makes a huge difference. If you think you're too small, you can make a huge difference, and it all starts from here. And even win or lose, the whole point of this is really representation, and then there's always other steps. I'm starting from zero, so anything gained is a win.
And you can still do stuff even when you get elected or not.
Yeah.
I talked to one candidate when he in his ward, I don't say who it is, but he got a traffic sign or a sign built or a stop sign, I can't remember what it is. But it took him like less than 6 months when the community was asking the incumbent for like 2 years to get it done. And he's in office, didn't get it done. The fact that he's not even in office, wasn't even running yet, and he got it done because someone were there.
Oh yeah.
People, the voice of people get things done. It's not the case of all the councillors being the going out, like without me, you can't get nothing done. Well, basically, it's like, without me, you're not going to get anything anyways.
Yeah.
Right now, by the opposite be the people's, like the person that called me the other day, can I do a debate for my own candidates, for my own ward? I said, never thought. Yeah, why not? Book a place and put it out. I bet you a lot of people will turn up. Run by the people, right?
Well, yeah, 100%. And people have very reasonable questions and reasonable concerns.
And they're not nasty. People think debates are full of nasty people. They're not nasty people. They're all concerned. They get frustrated when you use long presentations. I went to the one debate I told you about. Like it was like a 5-paragraph question. Like, here's a scenario. Here's a question. By the end of the time, it was like what did you say? They're mundane. Like most debates, they don't even relate to anything in your campaign. Like any of your, what's your top 3 priorities? And then the questions come like, what does that have to do with this?
Yeah. No, and everyone that I've spoken to, I can't really even say that I've had a negative interaction, which is actually more surprising that I haven't had a negative interaction. Most people are pretty basic with what they want. I think the platform that I'm running on as well, and the things that I stand for, are basically right on the radar. The approach might be a little bit different from each candidate.
And you see your platform, you base these 5 or 4 points based on what people's needs are.
Yeah,
right?
I would say
it's not based on your own; it's based on people's needs.
I would say, and I tell them too, it's like, sometimes they ask me what political party are you affiliated with, and I'm saying it wouldn't really matter, and this isn't the political.
I would say the Barney Party.
The Barney Party.
Or the Purple People Eaters.
One-eyed, one-horned purple people eaters.
Oh, you had in a horn area? Okay.
Wasn't that
you're a
the
different
song?
party, buddy.
Wasn't that the one?
Yeah.
But I tell them, like, it doesn't really matter because most of your concerns are about something that's practical that needs to be done, whether it's a conservative or liberal that did it or whatever. It doesn't really particularly matter. As councillor, I see that more as a direct route for what people want, and what they want is somebody to represent them for their needs. And I find it's almost easier as a collective, even though there's 106,000 people or however many there are beyond. I know that's old census data, but you have to represent them. And they all, again, like the more I go out, the more collective needs that I'm getting, the more.
And you said earlier before the interview, but we got a lot of, like every ward, like this one too, we got a lot of people moved into this ward.
A lot of
immigrants, new residents.
Yeah.
You know?
I actually get, when I go to their door, the new immigrants are like, oh, I'm not eligible to vote. And I tell them, though, I'm like, well, you still live in the neighborhood, so please feel free to contact me. Tell me your opinion. I'm not going to discount you just because you can't vote. Yeah, you're not
a citizen, you know.
Yeah. I mean, and most of the time they have the exact same complaints.
And they have just moved to the ward. These people have been here for many years with the same needs and concerns.
Yeah.
That tells you something right there. People living here for a long time, basic needs they want, asking you. People that just come here, same things. What they see in such little time, these people have seen the whole time.
Oh, yeah.
You know, that's the thing we got to get out there in social media, which we're doing right now, right?
Of course, yeah.
That's what we're concerned, right? Like this election is very important. Like I said, I asked the question directly. I didn't mean to put you on the spot there.
No.
But I know you can handle these big shoulders, big arms, they can do it. Reach your door.
Try to do it.
Yeah, but I'm saying that the answer, like you said, is true. You know, it's just next 4 years. Everywhere, not just this sport. The next 4 years. If these people keep staying in, the same ones keep applying, and you know, until what? Until the wheels start falling off, or what?
Yeah.
Like, come on. You know, the greed. It's not a case of being greedy. You got to let the reins go. You know, the fact that if this ward is won again by name recognition by the same incumbent, and we know what you just said exactly, and it's not, and the vote's very little, it won't change. It'll get worse. You know.
And the city's progressing more than I think most of the incumbents in a lot of wards. Like, I know there are some good councillors, and I know there's some bad.
They're
ones,
outdated.
But
they are outdated.
And they don't
can't
understand.
keep up with the demand. You know.
The world's changing very,
AI's
very
come
quickly.
in, and we talk about AI all the time, right? But AI can be used in many good ways. You know.
Yeah.
Like it's for data billing for community needs. You phone the thing, AI automatic response, you know, and then contact you. Say, for example, I got a pothole, Mr. Dave. Okay, AI contact you, Dave. Answer in 7 days. You got 3 days to answer, or you'll be exterminated. You know. Yeah. Put that on our. I'll answer your needs. In 7 days, when I answer your needs, I'll be exterminated. You know. But that's the meaning. It's all AI, that can be used in a good sense. That AI, for example.
You have to modernize, especially in this city. Like we're building so fast, we're growing so fast, but we have countries that I don't think even know what's going on half the time, or they just
you just said right clearly. There's no, you're knocking doors. Where'd you come from? Like, you know? In
a world that's so accessible.
So how can you answer people's needs and say you're running for council again for the upkeep time? I know people's needs. We're not even at the bloody door. Excuse my language. Yeah. It gets me frustrated hearing that. That you just said example. What you said? Just knocking on doors. Oh, that's the battery pack. It's okay. Slow down. Tell me you're getting frustrated. It's the battery pack holding the thing down. But no, it's just exactly. How can you represent the people and say I know people's needs? You're not even knocking on the doors in the first place, pretending you are and say you are representing everybody. But you said every photo op. Yep. You're doing nothing. You're just showing up. A best photo op is me. Like I said, go help set up, see the work done, do the photo op, stay for the event, and do after, and help take it down. 100%. That's the best way, you know.
And yeah, we live in a so interconnected society that it's amazing that people wouldn't have this information of how to resolve things or how to fix
things. And I like
things.
what all you new candidates are like mixing each other. I just got caught just before I talked to one of the guys you interviewed. He said, "You interviewed this lady." I'm not sure who it is, but she wears certain colors. Who is she? Which one are you talking about? There's a few. So he described, oh, that's so and so. Oh, what do you want? Well, I want to support in her ward. I know I want to support 200 wards. Can you give me contact with her? Mm-hmm. And I want to support her. He's in a different ward. He wants to support her ward. Right there. That tells you right there. I mean, he doesn't know it, but he wants to meet her. You know, because he just did the interview. Yeah. I interviewed both different times.
Everyone's coming together, I think,
and I've been to different launches too. I've seen different candidates in different wards. I've been to 3 launches, and I saw different candidates in different wards. I got to know them. I've done a few interviews, and I said, I love this. I said the community spirit starts from within the city hall, not the one single area.
It very much does, and the unification.
For example,
of the city.
Hey, somebody calls from another. Say somebody calls you from another ward. I'm in this ward. I can't get hold of my council. Can I get hold of you? Can you maybe get the message? Would you pass the message on to that person yourself? You could like say,
Oh, yeah. I mean,
yeah. You can't say like, tell her like I've been to debate. Oh, it's on my ward. You have to call so and so. Well, don't you know them? You see them every day in City Hall. I can't get through. Can you please relay the message? I was on my ward. Well,
Yeah.
that kind of attitude.
I mean, it's very, very, not my department sort of
Well,
thing.
yeah,
It's
he's
thinking, not my
Like,
department.
what if I go for an operation? I need a doctor. I need surgery. I need this thing. Can you get to that? Well, that's not my doctor. That's not my part. Not my body part. You know, you miscommunication. Yeah, got a bad operation. That's it.
Yeah.
Fatality. So
I've told people too, St. Paul's is very uniquely situated where everything that happens downtown, everything happens midtown, everything that happens uptown, west, east, everyone goes through us.
Yeah.
So I need to know what's going on everywhere, and I also want people in our area to know what's going on down there because
Yeah.
it also affects us. Maybe they want to build like a super highway or something
Yeah.
from downtown all the way up north, and it's like it's going through us.
Yeah, in your ward, they tell me your bears. Say we want a clean street. You want this speed bumps on this road. Then you get to the board of the ward. Sorry, we can't go past. But you got to talk to the other ward person. You
Yeah.
want to continue that speed bumps. It's just an example, right?
I think the Shaw Street is a great example of great bike lanes that I've been advocating. Like bikes don't belong on the roads, but also cars don't belong with bikes on the roads as well. Shaw Street is a great happy medium of basically just local traffic, emergency vehicles maybe.
That's what we do, right?
Shaw Street's closer to like DuPont,
Yeah.
but it goes partially into the ward, I think.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, so you have a bike lane that goes all the way up, but it kind of ends. It's just because the street itself just ends. But as you said, if something is happening down south, it would suck to have a bike lane that goes all the way up, and then they're just like, nope, no bikes.
This is my ward.
This is it.
My ward.
Cars
Stop right
only.
there. The ward's
Transport
right there.
trucks.
It's like the Bob and Stephen King movie in that series.
Exactly, right?
I want to go in your ward. Got a bike in your ward. Sorry, not my ward. Call your counselor.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and you gotta work with them, and these are big projects that are going around the city. Toronto is very, very like geographically long and wide, so I'm happy to work with other councillors as well to ensure that their goals are aligned with my own and with what people here want. And again, they might be speaking slightly, as I said, different language, but the translation is it's the same message. It's exactly maybe they're saying like, I want more bike lanes, and then people here might be saying, I want less. But maybe they're just talking about Bathurst Street and Yonge Street, and I get that. We don't want bike lanes on there because even the cyclists don't want to be on there.
No.
They feel unsafe. And I used to tell people too, like, look, I've used those rental bikes a lot, and when I'm on Bathurst or Yonge, if I was driving behind myself, I'd run myself over. I get it. But if I'm on a separate street, I feel more comfortable, I feel more safe.
More safe and all, right? More quiet and all, right?
More quiet.
Yeah, it is scary. Even if it has a bike lane, it is scary. Like I've been on a bike many times. I have to like look around because people like turn right. They don't look around,
Oh yeah.
and they don't see.
They either don't look, or sometimes if you're coming in too fast, like they just don't see it. Whatever the case might be, it's like, okay, well, again, cars are going to win that battle anyways, and then electric scooters and stuff are also a big issue around here. A lot of complaints about those. Yeah.
So anything? I never think about your community vote. You do advocacy as well?
I haven't really necessarily been involved with too many community aspects here. That's actually partially why I'm even getting into politics, is because I lived here for so long, and I don't want to be like a take person. It's like time to give. All the expertise, all my knowledge, all my experience should be given back to the community. This is a very vast way of doing it because I also don't want to just do community stuff just for the sake of, as the photo ops would be, right? Because then it's like, well, what do you like? Okay, you're trying to get elected. We get it. You're at the food kitchen or whatever. We get it. You're trying to run for election.
You're putting the icing on the donuts for Tim Hortons days.
Exactly, right?
You're stocking the bag for the food banks.
Yeah, exactly. And
you're picking the chrysanthemums for better.
Exactly. Get a little bit dirty, then you're like, all right, let's never do this.
Sorting out the Hollywood cannon, getting the nails out.
It's so true. It's so true with that sort of stuff.
Yeah, I was influenced by Tim Burton too much, sorry. But anyway, before you go, what kind of hobby you like?
Hobbies?
Yeah.
Well,
you like working out, right?
I like working out. I go to the gym, the Home Fitness there, trying to get a little more strength training, if anything. But on the complete opposite, as I said, I run an esports company, so it's video games. So video games have actually always been a huge part of my life. Everything from like, I know this is good for the political clips, I guess. But Sim City and like Anno, these
yeah,
are all like
Sim
city
City.
building
Yeah, yeah,
games
yeah.
and infrastructure and
Hey, what
trade.
about like game, inter ward game competition, like all the different wards.
That would be very interesting.
Top ward of a competition of say 16 per ward, break it down to the final two, compete the next ward, break it down to the final, and the winner gets some sort of money or value or keys to the city or something like that, you know?
I mean, that's what our company does. We organize big events, and we want to do a bit more of that because it brings the one thing that we noticed again, just community wants a place to be. You know, it's not even necessarily about the prize money or whatever it is. They're just like, hey, I got to get outside, I got to play games, I got to be involved with stuff. So
you get sponsors, sponsoring, and you see potential people. Get a mentoring program. You want to come work for me? You feel like you work my job, do that. You know?
These are people that are going to work in tech, and
it has to be all in sync, right? You can't just be singularity like you did before. We have to stop thinking singularity candidates as incumbents of the way we think. Like I said, AI is increased. You see the people come to the community, like you said right there.
Yeah.
This you have to keep up. You're not keeping up if you're not running. If you're running, you're not keeping up.
Oh yeah.
You know.
You have to know about
the fact you're doing the same canvassing you did in the last few elections, and you keep getting your name in there, and you're only getting 21% turnout. Sorry, there's nothing to be proud of that. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, the average percentage would be at least above 40 for more.
I would say that.
And when you get above 40%, that means they're not winning. They get new people picking, and they don't want that.
Yeah.
Why? Why do they want new faces? And people I know, being on forces, been around the world, I had a lot of friends, they contact me all the time and say, which is your city? You got 53 candidates in mayor, you got 3 people being promoted.
Yeah.
Doesn't your city believe in your people, in your country? You know, they come to your country for a better life, and yet they're not being promoted. I get this all the time. You have people in York, they go, because they have access to all our stuff, like all the ward lists.
Oh yeah.
I tell people I'm going to go interview so-and-so. I said, what's the problem? I just saw the interview. Why is this person that had this situation, or he lived this situation, or poverty, or mental health, why aren't they representing the city? You know, we can have this in our country. Why don't you have in yours? You know, you got the last election, the last by-election, you had 8 people running for the mayor, all promoted.
Yeah.
And people were asking, like, where's the rest of it? You know, what about you for food security, you for housing? Why aren't they on there? And like this election come out because people are saying like, there's nothing on your media about these people, and we've seen all these interviews you've done. I get this all the time from interviews and social media. And people listen to iHeartRadio because I put the videos on the interview will go on the social media. Apple in a year. They go, I heard this story of the guy. Like, hey, where's this guy been? Why is he in the media? Why is he not being promoted? You know? And it's sad because they say it's pathetic that the media will not invest in the people that live in the city that know the problems. Like you said, here, example, you should be in the media.
And I think it takes a team too, because when you have people that are experts in, as you said, like some people are experts in security, or they could be experts in like infrastructure.
You said about you in games and you in business, right?
Yeah.
2 big things right there. You know how much money you can make like that.
Yeah.
You know, and you get companies investing in the games, coming to play in the city, inner city, promoting their advertising the armed forces. And we've got millions of the company. People, how do you advertise in the military? Well, we have civilian contractors, right? Underwear, food, clothing, equipment, not weapons, like equipment, basic stuff, you know. It's from civilian companies, you know, like AI, for example. You know, companies, you sponsor companies, the name, the branding, you know, big thing here, and then you get a sponsor, I'll give you $2 million, but only us, our company, right? And you put that in, and they get money coming in, and the money, take the money, goes back to social programs in the city, right?
100%, and that's what would be exciting to work in city council is meeting like people that are actually experts. Like, far be it for me to tell somebody how big a pipe or whatever for the water line is going to be. I don't understand that. I'm not the expert, but I can understand the financing. I can understand the back end stuff of it. But when it comes down to like, okay, so what do we actually need? You need to have those experts, and they need to have those coverage. Some of those topics aren't super sexy, you know, like water and sewage lines aren't like the greatest topics people want to talk about, but they're necessary. They have to be in play for these new buildings, for anything that's being built. You know, roads, also not the sexiest topic, but one that we use every single day. And you got to have experts that are like, this is the material you need, this is what happens in winter, this is how to fix them. You know, as I said, my dad was an electrical engineer, and I remember looking at his stuff, and I was thinking like, oh, maybe I'll be an electrical engineer when I'm older, but then I was like, No. Too much math, too technical. Threw that book away. I was like, I don't think I'm going to be doing that.
Yeah.
But everyone has their own expertise, and it's almost like when you watch a film credit for a movie.
All the credits.
The credits are all the people that are involved in one major project,
They're the,
and that's
behind
what
the
you
movie. Yeah, they're the most important people, right?
Yeah, and you being in the Army, I'm sure you understand logistics of having even troops just moving around. You need to have water, you need to have food, you need to have power, you need to have shelter, you need to have all this
we know
stuff.
how to do the basics, right?
Yeah.
We can do. Why can't the city do it?
Exactly.
Supplying housing and all that. We had a lot of. We had a group there. Got all seniors, all retired electricians, volunteers, the plumbers, architects, and all. And they said, "Why don't you do our route? We'll pick a building if you run from here. Pick a building. Let's renovate it. Get it passed by code. Put the people in there. So fast.
Oh yeah.
None of the red tape and all that stuff, and city codes.
That's a big thing, and build it of quality.
They said that we had more red tape than Santa Claus.
I believe that. Yeah.
It's so true. So as we wrap up, I'm going to go to the camera there, and I'm going to tell you to face the camera and tell people why they should vote for you, Mr.
Cottrell.
No, your first name.
Oh, sorry, David.
Go ahead. Face
Give
the
me
camera.
the mister.
Go ahead.
All right. Well, thank you so much for the interview. And my name's David Cottrell. I'm running for Ward 12, St. Paul's. If you're looking for something better, something that you deserve, then I hope I have your vote.
That's it. Thank you so much, sir.